Here's our tale of the day brought to you by Bud Light. Yorgan De Castro, the older fighter here at 36 years of age. Denis Goltsov still just 33, despite his extensive experience. Goltsov is 6'5". Yorgan De Castro weighed in at the heavyweight limits. Goltsov with an 8-inch advantage in reach on the arms. Both men measured 43 inches on the legs. Andy Shepard to you.
The following is a PFL regular season contest in the heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a striking specialist and stands 6 feet 1 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 264 3/4 pounds and holds a record of 9 wins and 4 defeats. Fighting out of Mindelo, Cape Verde, the Mad Titan, Yorgan De Castro. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he is a combat sambo specialist and stands 6 feet 5 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 246 1/4 pounds. In 37 professional bouts, he has earned a record of 30 victories and 7 losses. Fighting out of St. Petersburg, Russia, Denis Goltsov. Your referee in charge, Blake Grice.
There's Blake Grice to oversee the action, equipped with ref cam. Denis Goltsov, the heavy favorite, is in the blue. The underdog, Yorgan De Castro, in the gray.
Are you ready? Ready? Fight.
Touch of the gloves, and we are underway. De Castro steps right into the pocket and eats one of those jabs. And another.
That jab from Goltsov's like a piston.
Oh, right
hand! Set up the right hand!
One right hand and a clinch of the #1 seed. Denis Goltsov with a quick 6.
Yeah, here it is, just jab after jab. There's a second one and a third. Not landing there, but just keeping Yorgan De Castro on the outside. You get the respect for the jab, and there's the right hand. Just off at an angle, exposed the center line, and Goltsov would not forgive. Here it is. He overextended himself. He threw himself off balance, and that is just a gorgeous, gorgeous cross. Put Yorgan De Castro down and out. And De Castro is a guy who has an excellent chin. He likes exchanging. He knew this was going to be the case. He'd have to eat a couple jabs to get in. Just Goltsov never let him in the proper range, and when he was able to capitalize, boy, did he ever.
We have talked for years about what it looks like if that guy fights to his potential. Dan Hardy, is he doing that now?
That was just beautiful. I mean, we all talk about the jab of Goltsov, but that was perfect. I mean, let's just play this through right now. So you can see the right in the center of the smart cage. And a stinging jab is going to put him on his back foot. You can see it squares his heels. Pull it back for me, guys. Pull it back for me a little bit. Let's get Yorgan back on his feet. Look at that point there. Right after that jab lands, let's play this forward. Let's play this forward. So the jab lands, we're going to circle. You're going to see De Castro circle in this direction. Then we're going to see another jab hit him on the chin, and it's going to square his feet up. Pause it right there. Look how his feet are in a straight line. He's got nothing to stop him going back into this space here. And you're going to see Goltsov fire this evil right hand down the pipe. Lethal, catches him right on his heels and sits him right on his butt. Beautiful finish for Goltsov. A supreme finisher. And with Ngannou cage side, you know he's going to be clapping his hands at that kind of finish.
Referee Blake Grice called a halt to the action at 18 seconds of round #1. Declaring your winner via knockout and clinching the #1 seed in the 2023 PFL playoffs, Denis Goltsov!
Our tale to take is brought to you by Geico. Catherine Corginas is 33 years of age. Dakota Ditcheva still only 24. Ditcheva, the taller fighter. has a significant reach advantage of 6 inches on the arm, only 1 inch on the leg. Miguel Flores gets the ladies started.
Ladies and gentlemen, we continue the action in the PFL Smart Cage for a women's flyweight showcase bout. Introducing first in the blue corner, she is a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist standing at 5 feet 7 inches tall. She weighed in at 124 1/4 pounds. She stands undefeated with 3 victories coming by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, here is Catherine the Animal Gorgines. And now introducing her opponent in the red corner, she is a Muay Thai specialist, standing 5 feet 8 inches tall. She weighed in at 125 1/2 pounds. Her record also undefeated at 6 victories, including 5 wins by knockout. Fighting out of Manchester, England, here is dangerous Dakota Ditcheva. Your referee in charge, Dan Mergliata.
Gorgines in the gray, Ditcheva in the red, 125-pound showcase bout.
Right,
Overseen
ladies.
by Dan Mergliata.
You ready? Let's go, fight.
No touch of the gloves, and we are underway. Ditcheva switches stances after that kick attempt. Back to the southpaw. Now Orthodox will see her switch back and forth throughout this fight. Gina steps in behind the right hand there, not able to catch hold of Dakota Ditcheva.
Gorgines just needs to be careful getting that chin way too high up in the air. She needs to be able to tuck that chin. Dakota will definitely find it.
Front kicks again from Dakota Ditcheva.
Very relaxed, brother. Very relaxed.
Her PFL debut featured a lot of clinch work so far off the distance. Oh, right hand. And there's the clinch.
And it's going to be a battle of 2 types of clinches. Gorgines, of course, looking for the takedown. Ditcheva will look to stay in this clinch and try to set up knees to the body and shots upstairs with her punches.
Pull that out. Fingers out of the cage. Very good. Move away.
Ditcheva has relocated her camp to Coconut Creek. American top team Conan Silvera is in her corner, as is her brother, an accomplished kickboxer himself, Cody Ditcheva.
My breathing together, brother. My breathing there. Yes. She's the one to get it. She wants to get it.
This is where Gorgines wants this fight, man. Pressed up against the cage, her kind of initiating these clinches.
Absolutely, and I'm not surprised to see her try to get to this position, especially after all the front kicks she took so far in this round. See if she can try and find a way to get this fight to the ground. Ditcheva doing a good job staying inside, repummeling, staying on that body, which is exactly where she wants to be in that Muay Thai clinch.
Yeah, Ditcheva doing a great job of getting those underhooks as well. Now trying to push the arm, and she will land knees with the quickness. Saw in her last fight dropping her opponent with a knee to the body, finishing the fight. Here she is on top.
Work the combination. Don't get stressed on that position.
Decided Ditcheva started that takedown and put this fight in the ground.
Hammer fist here in front of our broadcast position, coming from the left hand of Dakota Ditcheva. Now Gorgines is able to recover a guard.
Yeah, and Dakota feels that her ground game is vastly underrated. She's been working very hard on that.
Yes, very good. Watch the arm, very good.
Sweep attempt there from Gorgines.
Yeah, it looked like she was either trying to go for a sweep or an arm lock attempt, and Dakota did a good job of getting that shin pin there.
More hammer fist from the top. Ditcheva steps out.
Very good.
Goes to work on the legs of Catherine Gorgines.
Nice long leverage on Ditcheva. She uses them great. That teep is awesome. His teep like a jab. And even on the ground, she stays postured and uses those long arms and long legs to her advantage.
Stands Catherine Gorgines up. Back to the center of the smart kick.
Yeah, 100%, Randy. And not only do those front kicks to the body hurt and take the energy out of you, but it also sets up shots upstairs with roundhouse kicks.
Take a look inside the red corner, Dakota Ditcheva.
Very good, Chris. In and out, in and out. Who's the cage? Who's the cage? Who's the cage? Very good. Move away.
Yeah.
Nice work by Catherine Korginis to catch one of those front kicks from Dakota Ditcheva. But then excellent counter wrestling from Ditcheva to pummel in.
Yeah, great job with the balance, keeping this on the feet, and doing a great job of pummeling in and getting chest to chest. Look for her to circle towards that underhook and find a way to trade places. Korginis now. Korginis doing a great job of staying, keeping her back against the fence.
Right hand.
Here's the clinch work, nice plumb, landing knees to the body. As soon as the distance comes, here comes that right hand, boom, right on the button. Follows it with a beautiful hammer fist, and that is all she wrote. Referee's seen enough.
Now it looked to me like she actually stunned her with that knee that set up that right hand, and Korginis just could not recover. I believe that knee landed from that tie clinch. Just devastating stuff. Here's the knee.
Plum. Beautiful job with the plum, digging
Boom, there it is.
in. There's that right hand. Boom, on the button.
Randy, are we watching a rerun here? Because
Right.
if you remember her fight in London, tie clinch,
Yep.
knee to the body, beginning of the end.
She knows exactly where she wants to be.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 4 minutes and 20 seconds of round number 1. For your winner by knockout, dangerous, Dakota Ditcheva.
There's our tail of the tape. These guys, the same heights roughly, the same exact reach. They weighed in at the same, they're the same age. Who is the better mixed martial artist? We're about to find out. In the people's main event, Lillian Garcia, what do you got?
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Socio People's main event on ESPN Plus, voted by you, the fans, and it's in the featherweight division. This is presented to you by CarParts.com. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a striker, standing at 5'8". He weighs in officially at 146 pounds. In 15 professional bouts, he has a record of 11 wins and 4 losses, with 5 wins by knockout. Fighting out of Niterói, Brazil, here is Shimon Moraes. His opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is also a striker. Standing at 5'9", he weighs officially 146 pounds. In 22 professional bouts, he has a record of 19 wins and 3 losses, with 10 wins by knockout. Fighting out of Manchester, England, here is Brendan Loughnane. Your referee in charge, Gasper Oliver.
Gasper Oliver will oversee 3 5-minute rounds of featherweight action. Top of the table is up for grabs. So far, no finishes tonight. Will these men bring the action like they promised? Brendan Loughnane in the green trunks. Shimon Moraes representing Brazil in the gray. Oh, right to the center of the cage in an exchange.
Two tremendous strikers here going at it, these guys. Right out to the middle of the cage here. Looked like Moraes may have caught the worst of that. Moraes trying to creep his way in with that kind of traditional Muay Thai stance.
Nice jab there from Brendan Loughnane after a couple low calf kicks as well. He wants to finish, but he'll bank some of those kicks for later on. Another jab from Loughnane. And that's that footwork and sharp boxing you were talking about, Kenny.
Yeah, absolutely. He has real sharp boxing, sticking and moving there. That jab and circling away from the power of Moraes as well.
That time you started the combination with a right hand, mixing it up a little bit, Randy.
Yeah, absolutely. Mixing up his combinations, trying to find those angles. Great footwork. Mixing up an occasional kick to make you think about that other level.
Another jab there and a stiff one from Brendan Loughnane. Scoring with it. All right, not showing any signs of wear just yet.
Come on, he's not got you range. Get him on the way in.
Another low calf kick from Brendan Loughnane.
Build.
Loughnane just has so many different weapons, but for me, again, the footwork is really the glue of the striking, and Loughnane just doing such a good job of getting in and getting out and not taking any shots.
Nice jab to the body there from Shimon Moraes. Can't hit the head. Go ahead and punch him right above that belt line. Loughnane saw that one coming, backed out. Another jab from Brendan Loughnane.
Back now, get back in. Go, that's it right there, Brendan. That's it right there, that's the spot.
Ooh, nice right hand.
There we want it.
Sharp.
In and out.
Laser precision there from Brendan Loughnane.
All straight, too, right down the pipe. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, it really is pretty to watch. Brendan doing a good job of feinting his way in, keeping Moraes guessing, getting angles as well.
And that jab has already cooled off some of the aggression from Shimon Moraes. That's what he's kind of known for, but it's difficult when someone keeps putting a stiff jab in your
No
face.
question, that hurt him. That right hook may have hurt him there, Sean.
Up over the top, left hand lands as well. Shimon Moraes is in trouble. Down to his butt.
Get some space, get him off.
Nice from the clinch, little overhand right hook that really set Shimon Moraes on his heel.
And Moraes is in big trouble here. Nice right hand and a body shot. Combination unloading here from Brendan Loughnane. Brendan Loughnane puts Shimon Moraes down. 6 points. Top of the table.
Wow, what a statement there in round 1 against Moraes, another very talented striker.
Step back and bang. There's that overhand right over the left shoulder. That's
From the clinch, yep.
That's what started it. Shimon Moraes on another left there. Right just touches the chin.
Doesn't let him suck him into the ground game there. He's smart enough to just back up.
That's the end for Shimon Moraes.
And again, not only was that an impressive finish, guys, but again, this is a season, right? And he took no damage in that first fight. He's going to go into his second fight feeling pretty good.
With 6 points.
Yes, 6 points, absolutely. Doesn't get better than that. Wow.
Goodness gracious.
A laser.
Reminds me of one of those little dolls. You push the button on and it just collapses.
Just drops. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stoppage comes officially at 2 minutes and 55 seconds of round number 1. Your winner by knockout and earning 6 points in the featherweight division, Brendan Loughnane.
Let's go, thank you all. Let's go, 6 points. Who's next?
Taylor Tape brought to you by the United States Marine Corps. Both of these fighters are 30 years of age. Magomed Umalatov is the taller man at 6'1". Both weighed in at the welterweight limit. Reach advantage favors Magomed Umalatov in both the arms and the legs. Fighting first out of the blue corner. Undefeated record of 11 wins and 0 losses, 9 knockouts, 1 submission. Magomed Prince Umalatov. His opponent in the red corner carries a mixed martial arts record of 18 wins, 3 losses, 7 by knockout, 5 submission victories. For the Jordanian Lion, Jarrah Al-Salawi. Referee in charge, Jimmy Neely.
Now back to your corners. We'll get you started in a minute.
Referee is equipped with the ref cam. Jarrah Al-Salawi in the blue, Magomed Umalatov in the gray. Jarrah Al-Salawi can punch his playoff ticket with a finish in any round. Magomed Umalatov needs an early finish here.
Umalatov said he's not going to be reckless. He knows he needs to finish in the first round, but a win is more important.
I expect a very exciting fight, but a very technical fight as well.
5-fight win streak for Jarrah Al-Salawi. Of course, Umalatov yet to taste defeat in his mixed martial arts career. Back in season 1, Kenny, you might not remember season 1. It was so long ago. I won a championship that year.
You did?
In any case, Ghassan Umalatov, the older brother of Magomed, was part of our middleweight roster that season.
Yeah, both men showing a lot of respect so far. A little bit hesitant to close that distance, but this is where Al-Salawi needs to be careful up against the cage. That's where Umalatov will explode just like that.
Nice frame here by Jarrah Al-Salawi temporarily. Umalatov negates it. It's been a significant layoff for Umalatov, almost a year since he fought last. I asked if he was worried about ring rust. He said, no, I train at American Top Team. He's been active in the gym, helping other guys get ready for fights. I also asked him what injury kept him out of his first regular season bout. He wouldn't tell me. Said it's a secret. Saw Al-Salawi land a hook. Both men very careful with their strike selection here. As you mentioned, Kenny, respecting the power of their opponent.
And Umalatov loves to move forward, but he has a lot of respect for the counter ability of Al-Salawi. Al-Salawi throws some excellent counters, both with his hands and that knee.
Put your fingers, guys.
Umalatov said he wants to use his wrestling defensively and keep this fight in a standing position.
Inside leg kick there from Umalatov. Salawi tries to land the long left hand, switches stances. Nice clinch and a knee there from Umalatov.
Yeah, I think Al-Salawi is hesitant in moving forward. I believe he thinks Umalatov's going to try to take him down.
As a kickboxer, it becomes an issue, right? You get too carried away striking, and it makes it easy for that guy to change levels, get under you, and get to your body and take you down.
Umalatov through the combination there. The hook landed at least partially. Interesting that Al-Salawi would fear the...
Oh! Nice little back fist there by Umalatov. That rocked out.
Oh!
He's out!
He's out! Jarrah Al-Salawi out cold! 6-point first round finish for Magomed Umalatov. Did exactly what he wanted to do. It was all set up by a very short back fist, guys. Wow, it stunned Al-Salawi, and then that right hand finished it off. My goodness, what a knockout.
Well, here it is. They were very patient throughout this fight. There's a nice kick, and look at this little back fist. Dropped him to one knee. That stunned him. Umalatov going for the kill. Beautiful right hand right on the button. Put Al-Salawi out for good. My goodness. Little back fist. It doesn't have to be a big shot. It just has to be an accurate shot. And Al-Salawi never saw that punch coming. He was trying to get his bearings. He was trying to circle away from power, but that right hand finished the job. You see the legs go stiff for Al-Salawi.
Snaps a 5-fight win streak for Jarrah Al-Salawi and keeps the O intact in the loss column for Magomed Umalatov.
Just kind of dips and goes up and over the hands of Al-Salawi as he was trying to get away. Al-Salawi is now back on the stool, albeit with some help, but that was a nasty one. Here he is. Umalatov goes to the body,
Just a little back fist right there. Short shot. Wow.
Nothing short about that last one. Holy cow. Little back fist looked like it hit him right on the neck.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Jim Neely has called a halt to the bout at 3 minutes, 33 seconds in round number 1. Your winner by knockout and earning 6 points in the welterweight division, Magomed Prince Umalatov.
We go to the tail of the tape.
You look at this tail of the tape for this contracted weight of 150 pounds, 71 to 67, a 4-inch reach advantage. That is something that Daniel Carey is definitely going to have to deal with in this fight.
Here's Michael C. Williams.
We thank all those joining us late night in the UK, live on BBC iPlayer, as we continue now here at the Bellator 263 prelims with 3 5-minute rounds at a contract weight of 150 pounds. And now first, introducing the blue corner. At 5'7", weighing in 149.1 pounds. His professional record, 7 wins, 4 losses. He fights out of Fort Smith, Arkansas by way of Oakland, California, Daniel "Scary" Carey. And across the cage is adversary, fighting out of the red corner. At 5'8", weighing in 149 pounds even tonight. He makes his Bellator debut, bringing 15 professional victories, 4 defeats, 1 draw. Fighting out of Mahatskala, Dagestan, Russia, presenting Gadzhi Rabadanov. In charge of referee Frank Trigg.
Frank Trigg will be the man in the middle for this fight, contested at a contract weight of 150 pounds. Gadzhi Rabadanov in his first fight in Bellator. Scary Daniel Carey in his 7th fight in Bellator MMA. The bell in round 1. Rabadanov in the red gloves, Carey in the blue. And Carey, in his scouting report about his opponent, said he's a stud wrestler, has no real glaring weaknesses, and he'll trade in the pocket, but Carey said he feels he has the advantage on the feet and that this will not go to a decision.
I think in some ways, as far as power, from what I've seen of their fights, Daniel Carey's right. He does have the advantage as far as the power, but it is the range that Gadzhi can fight at and the way that he controls. This is what you're seeing right now as far as, I really like what I'm seeing out of Daniel Carey. He's trying to control the position of the fight. He's the one trying to lead the dance right now, and that's a good mark for him to take advantage of.
Carey putting on the pressure on Rabadanov, as you mentioned, John, trying to find an opening. Oh, but it's Rabadanov drawing first blood with that straight right hand.
But you notice how relaxed Rabadanov is. He is just very composed, very relaxed. He doesn't take a lot of big chances. This is the way he fights.
And Carey took that well and remains composed and looking for a way to close the distance. As is Rabadanov, as they stand face-to-face in the center of the cage.
Nice hard front kick. You saw that Rabadanov kind of took that and turned his body, made that thing slide off so it didn't take full impact.
Front kick there, switch kick by Carey. Of course, you attack the body early, as he just did with that liver kick. Make that early investment, reap the dividends as the fight progresses. 2 minutes gone in the opening round.
Carey really utilizing that front kick as a range finder and kind of keeping Rabadanov back.
Again, Carey intercepting the combination by Rabadanov with the front kick by Rabadanov.
That was a good check hook that opened up that nice right hand by Rabadanov.
Midway point of the opening round. Rabadanov again with the left hook. There's Habib Nurmagomedov and Javier Mendez. The Ayatollah, a.k.a. Talk about a power couple right there in the corner.
That is a power couple when it comes to the fight world.
2 minutes left here in the first round. And again, the kick, but countered by Rabadanov with the right hand that landed. And Rabadanov finds a home for the right again as Carey tries to keep him at bay with the front kick.
But you're seeing that Rabadanov is now starting to control the range, and that's why that right hand is landing. Carries more towards his back foot as Rabadanov keeps on pushing just a little bit forward.
You're right, closing the distance. As we come up on the final minute and a half of this first round. Lead right hand by Rabadanov.
One of the things I want to point out right here is take a look that Rabadanov has not attempted one takedown attempt. This is what everyone thinks when they hear Dagestan. They think, oh, all these guys are going to be just like Khabib. They're not. They all fight differently, but they're all good.
And they have Javier Mendez in the corners. Rabadanov caught him with the left right hand. And what a debut for Gadzhi Rabadanov as he records a scintillating knockout.
Let's take a look at what happens here. This is what you start to see that Daniel Carey comes in, goes for the kick. Here comes the left hook counter right on the button. You see him go down. Rabadanov just follows up, actually takes his time, doesn't rush. Watch the kick. Left hook counter right on the button.
It doesn't get prettier than that.
That is as good as it gets. One more time. Just watch the setup, and he takes that kick well. He knows it's coming, but he knows that he's within range to land that hook. And then the next couple of shots, it's over. You see him turning. That is not the way you fight. Real speed. Watch what happens here. Boom, boom. That's how fast it happens.
With timing that would make a metronome envious, Gadzhi Rabadanov just scored a highlight reel knockout.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, it comes to an end. 3 minutes, 57 seconds into round number one. The winner by TKO, Gadzhi Rabadanov.
Our tail of tape is brought to you by the United States Air Force Reserve. Martin Hamlet, 31 years of age. Impa Kasanganay is 29. To the 2023 Light Heavyweight Championship. Martin Hamlet in the gold, Impa Kasanganay in the gray. No touch of the gloves. Kasanganay bouncing around, trying to use the speed advantage.
Yeah, a lot of lateral movement, good footwork. Kind of showing a blitz there, trying to surprise Martin Hamlet, who tries to look for that takedown, and he gets it.
Good second effort by Hamlet. Looked like he was going to miss the position.
You know, one thing he does have going for him, though, guys, and Randy can talk to this a lot better than I could, but, you know, having that lower center of gravity can be an advantage in a lot of ways, especially from the clinch.
Yeah, absolutely.
Perhaps a confidence builder for Impa Kasanganay that he was able to survive that early exchange.
Ooh, nice uppercut there from Hamlet. Not sure if it landed clean, though.
Caught Impa coming in, threw the little shovel hook.
Nasty low kick from Martin Hamlet, who has improved his striking. Leaps and bounds ahead of where it was when he first joined the PFL.
Oh my goodness! Ices Martin Hamlet! Kasanganay has done it! What a shot! I mean, that's about as clean as it gets. Attacked the body, got the hands of Hamlet to drop, and then he took off the head.
Declaring your winner via knockout and advancing to the PFL Light Heavyweight Championship, Impa Kasanganay.
Ladies and gentlemen, live on Channel 5, the time has come for the Bellator Birmingham main event of the evening. 3 5-minute rounds in the lightweight division. Sanctioned by the Mohegan Tribe Department of Athletic Regulation. Chairman is James Gessner. Chief of the Mohegan Tribe, Lynn Malerba, at cage side. Supervising tonight, Mr. Mike Mazzulli. And now, first introducing the blue corner. at 5'11", weighing in 155.4 pounds, making his Bellator debut tonight. He enters with 12 professional victories, 3 losses from Wolverhampton. He fights out of Canada, England, presenting Tim, the Experiment Wild. And across the cage, his adversary fighting out of the red corner at 5'10", weighing in 154.2 pounds. The former Bellator lightweight world champion returns with 8 professional victories, just 1 defeat. By way of Irvine and Portland, he fights out of Eugene, Oregon, USA, introducing Brent Primus. And when the bell rings, the referee in charge of the action, Rob Hines.
All right, gentlemen, there's a Bellator main event. We've been over the unified rules in the back. Tim, you have any questions? Brent, any questions here? Touch gloves if you wish. Back up, we'll get it going.
Well, does destiny beckon for Tim Wild here? Or will it be Primus, as pretty much every expert expects? A route right to the top for one of these men. A route back to it for the American here. Primus in the red gloves. Tim Wild in the blue.
What Tim Wild and Ryan Scope are doing, they're leading the way for all the UK fighters to set their tempo and say, hey, we're here. You guys need to be aware of us. You guys need to understand how good we really are. And these guys are the ones laying the groundwork. These 2 first guys, Ryan Scope and now Tim Wild.
Already saw 2 of those outside leg kicks there from Primus. Wild is rangy. Kick to the body from Primus, but Wild catching him, and Wild on top and trying to grab some form of control, but Primus reacting well.
Primus got a very good tight rubber guard position, so what he's doing here is he's working for that omoplata, potentially the gogoplata, which he's got here. He's trying to get that. There you go. He's trying to throw that right leg up over the shoulder.
Look at this from Primus.
He's pulling down on that head, which is choking. That foot is right up underneath the chin of Tim Wild. There it is.
Wild submits. Primus just too good on the floor.
And having to work throughout this week, just not getting any sleep, but he gets dropped here, more of an off-balance drop, not really hurt or rocked. But Tim Wild able to get to the top position. The one thing you cannot do with Brent Primus is let him set in on that rubber guard position. From here, he should have tried to like push, make space away, maybe bring his arm or limp arm his arm out of there from that position. Because once he was here, he was setting that choke in. Normally, you got to throw that right leg up and over the shoulder to kind of pull him down even more. But he wasn't able to escape from that position once it was set in.
There's the tap. And it's such a huge, huge bubble bursting inside the arena. And also, for the time being, for Tim Wild, who can come again, but Primus shows his quality. And it was ruthless from him, and we can now make it official with Michael.
Ladies and gentlemen, with the gogoplata in tight, the tap comes finally. 1 minute, 20 seconds into round number 1. The winner by submission, Brent Primus.
Westgate Resort's tail of the tape. Santos, 30 years of age. Joanny is 29. Tyler Santos is 5'6". Joanny is 3 inches shorter. Both women weighed in at the flyweight limit. Reach advantage of 3 inches on both arms and legs for Tyler Santos.
Keys to victories for these 2 young athletes. Joanna's got to use those combinations and do that at range, control that range and distance. Santos has to look to finish fast, rely on her striking and that knockout power to get it done.
Andy Shepard, the voice of our Smart Cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following fight continues the PFL regular season in the women's flyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. She is an MMA specialist and stands 5 feet 3 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 126 pounds and has amassed a professional record of 11 victories and 8 defeats. Fighting at the Fortaleza, Sierra, Brazil, alias Star, Ilana Joanny. And her opponent fighting out of the red corner. She is an MMA specialist and stands 5 feet 6 inches tall. She went in officially at 126 pounds and in 22 fights has built a record of 19 wins and 3 losses. 10 big wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting at the Florianópolis, Brazil, Talia Santos. Your referee is Judge Jacob Montalvo.
Talia Santos in the black trunks, Ilana Joanny in the blue.
Are you ready? You ready? Fight.
Points and a place in the women's flyweight standings at stake in this first round. Joanny tosses up a kick to open the action. Good combination there from Joanny. You can expect aggression from the fighters out of the Pitbull team.
Nice combination. Santos.
Whoa! Swinging away. Joanny landed a couple in the inside there. Talia Santos gonna have to try and figure out that aggressive, wide swinging action from Ilana Joanny. Now comes in behind the jab. Here's a clinch from Santos, right down to the mat.
We got the battle for the Brazilian bragging rights right here. It's more than just a tournament. They going at it.
Santos trying to climb into mount. Joanny with that cross grip. Santos with one arm, the seatbelt on. She's got that far arm trapped. Can she do anything with it?
Joanny inverts, tries to threaten the left leg.
Arm triangle.
And you saw why those sport jiu-jitsu attacks are dangerous to go for in mixed martial arts.
Arm triangle attempt here.
Tight.
I see.
Santos is going to try to climb all the way over. He had to let go of it because of the explosive movement there from Ilana Joanny. Nasty left hand pummeling down here from Talia Santos.
Santos has very good wrist control. She's smart about it. She
fights
hides
as
it,
well.
put it behind, and she do. It's almost like the single Americana lock, so she can get that left hand.
Got it there. Now she's got it with no defense. Joanna's got to find a way to get that hand free.
Here's the Americana
right there.
See if she can paintbrush that hand down the mat. Joanny's trying to extend the arm, gets it out of trouble for now.
The good thing about the Americana lock, you can pull it across, go right for the head and arm triangle, and still maintain the top position.
Talia Santos working on top in her PFL debut. Juliana Velasquez, part of a flyweight feature against Liz Carmouche, a trilogy grudge match bout coming up on our main card later tonight. Pensive backstage right now. Into the closed guard, Talia Santos working. Nasty ground and pound from the top here. Not always easy to generate power from the closed guard, but Talia Santos managed to right there.
Being very selective with her strikes.
Stands up out of the guard. Bicycle kicks here from Joanny.
Nice pressure by Santos. Right back to the takedown.
Very nice. It's got to be psychologically disheartening to get put right back down there.
wrestling, that was the way we mentally broke you.
Exactly
right when you thought you got up, we take you right back down. You do all that work to get back to your feet, and now you're right back in position.
She slapped on the rear naked choke quickly and squeezes it out for a 6-point finish.
We had one hook in, and she managed to secure the rear naked choke. Amazing.
Before we can even say anything about it, she had it locked in and finished off. Right now, you see Santos, she actually counters well, and I think that's great, especially in this division, having good head motion. She went right from the counter strike, right to the takedown, and immediately she went to work. I love the way she has heavy hips. She was very calculated when she threw strikes. And now look, before we can even say it, she had it locked in, and you can see her squeezing and breathing, because you know she wanted that finish.
Little emotion on the face of Taila Santos as she gets the big victory here. Another look at it through ref cam.
Ladies and gentlemen, our referee calls a halt to the action at 3 minutes and 57 seconds of round number 1. Declaring your winner by submission to a rear naked choke, Taila Santos!
Tail of the tape also brought to you by Red Con 1. Cody Goodale is 1 year older. It's Denis Goltsov, who's 3 inches taller. Goodale weighed in at 253, 247 for Goltsov, who's got a reach advantage of 2 inches on the arms, 1 inch on the legs. Lillian Garcia, let's go.
This fight, ladies and gentlemen, is in the heavyweight division, so get fired up, because it's about to get real. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a freestyle fighter, standing at 6'2". He weighs in officially at 253 1/4 pounds. In 13 professional fights, he has a record of 8 victories and 5 defeats. Fighting out of Riverside, California, here is Cody Goodale. His opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he specializes in combat sambo. Standing at 6'5", he officially weighs in at 247 1/2 pounds. In 34 professional fights, this veteran has an impressive record of 27 victories and 7 defeats, with 22 wins by way of stoppage. Fight fans, here is Denis Goltsov. Your referee in charge, Jacob Montalvo.
Jacob Montalvo will oversee the heavyweight action. Denis Goltsov in the blue trunks, Cody Goodale in the gray. You saw the record, you saw the resume for Denis Goltsov. Cody Goodale feels that his record does not speak to his talent, and we'll find out whether or not that statement is true. He had a very strange path to this point in his career. He had 4 fights before he was 20 years old, no training under his belt, took a bunch of bad losses earlier in his career, and he fought, Randy, as you know, in Army Combatives for 7 years.
He won a DOD championship in Army Combatives, which is a 3-day endeavor. It's a grueling thing. So he had his first 4 fights without even a striking coach.
Heavy leg kick there from Denis Goltsov. Stiff jab as well. We've talked about this before, Kenny. There are very few heavyweights in the world with a better jab than Denis Goltsov.
Yeah, he really has a beautiful jab, and Cody said that's what he needs to be ready for tonight. He said he had an answer for it, didn't have an answer for it there.
Goodale tries to go to the body. The question with Denis Goltsov is, he's got all the skills, he's got an incredible amount of experience in both mixed martial arts and combat sambo. So what has stood in his way? He just hasn't been able to pull the trigger in some of those semifinal fights, and he hasn't made it to a championship because of it. So,
yeah, I think it's been more mental for Denis Goltsov.
Exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah, he's so talented, has so much potential, but, you know, when he starts to become the nail a little bit, he starts to fade. Beautiful takedown there by Goltsov.
Hammer fist cut under the eye of Cody Goodale. Lots of time left for Denis Goltsov to establish himself on top.
Yeah, he's got great position here up against the cage. He's trapping that arm now.
Nice right hand there from Denis Goltsov.
Goltsov doing a great job of staying postured, creating that space to bring those long levers down and do damaging punches.
And Cody trying to stay active from this half guard position. He is a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and as you mentioned, a 3-time all DOD heavyweight champion. And he said that was his time to really learn and understand the game. Learned a lot during that process, got much better. But here he is in a very tough spot against the Russian Goltsov.
Not only the cut, but also some serious swelling on the left eye of Cody Goodale now. Goltsov going to work from the top position.
These are some brutal shots.
Looks
here.
like an elbow. You could make a case, I suppose, that it was a forearm, but a referee warning, perhaps.
Definitely looked like a forearm strike to me, but it was borderline for sure, and you need to be careful. And the referee
steps in. He had seen enough. Cody Goodale not improving position, and the referee waves it off. Denis Goltsov, a quick 6 points for that first round finish side, and it was all Denis Goltsov.
Yeah, that's right. There's that crazy jab there from Denis Goltsov. On point yet again. Here's a nice takedown. A little outside trip. Moved into half guard pretty quickly. Got his posture and was landing some really heavy shots. You see Cody Goodale bleeding right from the get-go. I believe it was from one of those jabs that he ate on the feet. And Goltsov just relentless. And the referee forced to step in and stop this. Some nice uppercuts there. There's a hammer fist. Whether it was right hand or left hand, these were heavy shots that were landing from Denis Goltsov, a guy with a ton of potential and a pretty mistake-free performance here, guys.
An efficient way to earn 6 points, which will give him top placement in the heavyweight standings for now.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stoppage comes officially at 3 minutes and 20 seconds of round number 1. Your winner by TKO, earning 6 points in the heavyweight division, Denis Goltsov!
Tail the tape for this co-main event brought to you by Celsius Live Fit. Dakota Ditcheva, 26 years of age. Jenna Bishop is 12 years older. Ditcheva, 4 inches taller. That 4-inch advantage on the height translates to the arm reach as well. Ditcheva with 2 inches in her favor on the legs.
Keys to victory for Dakota. Hold the center. It's going to be easier to defend the takedowns if her back is not against the fence. Defending takedowns is, of course, a key, and attacking the body is what's got her to this playoff situation in the first place. For Jenna Bishop, punch her way into range. If she can clinch, that will open up the wrestling, and then if this fight gets to the floor, she's got chokes and arm bars and a whole variety of submissions in her arsenal.
Tonight in the co-main event, we'll go back to the women's flyweight division for their second semi-final as we get set now for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing the blue corner at 5'4", weighing in 125 1/4 pounds. As a professional, she's nearly perfect, 7 wins, just 1 loss, fighting out of San Diego, California, Jenna Bishop. And across the cage, her adversary, fighting out of the red corner at 5'8", weighing in the same 125 1/4 pounds, the 2023 PFL Europe flyweight champion tonight stands undefeated as a professional, holding 12 victories, no defeats. She fights out of Manchester, England. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing dangerous Dakota Ditcheva! And your referee in charge, Blake Grice.
Tyler Santos watching on with great interest. She will face the winner of this fight for a $1 million women's flyweight championship. Ditcheva in the black, Jenna Bishop in the blue.
Straight away, Dakota takes control of the center. She's going to be able to push her opponent around here with the threat of the striking, but if Jenna Bishop starts to wade forward, Dakota needs to prioritize takedown defense.
Feints so far from Ditcheva. Bishop in that southpaw stance.
She keeps tipping that hip and threatening to throw that kick, keep Jenna off balance and keep her from wading in.
Yeah, and these guys are open stance as well, so if Dakota decides to throw that rear leg, the body is wide open. Unfortunately, the benefit is for Jenna Bishop because she can hit the liver from her side, but still the body shot is open.
Dakota likes the straight right hand to the body as well, and there's a push kick. We mentioned the body so much with Dakota Ditcheva because that is her favorite target, and in recent fights has led to her victory.
Dakota dropping back there, looking for that counter left hand.
She dropped back, gave up a little ground, and then loaded that left hand, and Jenna stopped. She saw it coming.
Yeah. Thing is, if Jenna Bishop can rush into range and pull that attack, then she's got an opportunity to level change underneath. It's always going to be difficult for a closing range, though. She's going to be super careful.
Nice knee.
And here's the big takedown for Jenna Bishop. This is where she wanted the fight.
Santos is laughing.
Tyler Santos loved that flare takedown.
Beautiful double. Jenna punched her way into that deep double leg, picked her up by the back of the thighs, and flared her to the mat. Beautiful execution.
Dakota Ditcheva does have one submission victory to her credit in PFL Europe. That was against an opponent at a very different level on the ground than Jenna Bishop, who is a grappling ace, long and successful career. 2017 IBJJF World No-Gi Championship.
And this is really what people wanted to see from Dakota. The questions weren't around whether she's a dangerous striker. It's what happens when she gets put on her back. And this is where the answers are going to be found here. Jenna Bishop trying to pin that ankle down so she can look to pass. She's trying here, but the long limbs of Dakota are going to make it difficult for her. Now she's setting up a triangle, but I don't think she's going to get that on Jenna Bishop.
Well, her leg was between the legs of Jenna Bishop in a butterfly position. She wasn't able to lock up the triangle. But good work to get back to her feet.
Dakota framing out now, traded places with Jenna. She's got to stay inside, re-pummel, not give that body lock up to Jenna. Jenna will circle that underhook and try to trade places with her again and put her back on the fence.
Randy, this answers one of the questions we had coming into the fight, though. What happens if Ditcheva tries to grab that tie plum and clinch where she's had so much success? Well, this is what happens. Jenna Bishop gets to be where she wants to be and pressures and grapples, and at least one time gets Ditcheva to the mat.
Good hand control by Ditcheva.
90 seconds remain in round number one. Ian Parker, our betting expert. How'd you play this fight?
We had Dakota in the parlay, and also we threw a little sprinkle on by TKO or KO. I will tell you, the confidence that she's going to have now getting up is going to be unbelievable.
And there it is. Beautiful knee from the plum.
And Ditcheva beckons Jenna Bishop back to her feet and goes immediately on the attack.
Bishop in trouble.
And that does it. First round finish, and Dakota Ditcheva silences the doubter. Here's Dakota Ditcheva.
So here you see Ditcheva hunting. There's a big knee right up the middle into the knee, and then the second one right on the chin. That puts Bishop on her back. Dakota makes her stand up, wades her way in, a teep, and then a straight right hand that puts Bishop back on the ground. The referee's seen enough. But that knee right there on the button dropped her straight to her knees. Perfect shot, little hammer fist. Straight in the forehead. That puts her down again, and the referee steps in.
And I got to tell you, Randy, after the knee and that slight hammer fist, a lot of fighters there jump on top and into the guard of somebody like Jenna Bishop. That could
Ladies and gentlemen, it comes to an end. 3 minutes 54 seconds into round number 1 by TKO. She earns her place in the $1 million Women's Flyweight World Championship. Dangerous Dakota Ditcheva!
Tail of the tape brought to you by Bud Light. Logan Storley, 1 year older than Shamil Musayev. Musayev is 1 inch taller. Both men weighed in at the welterweight limit of 171 pounds. Same reach on the arms, 1 inch advantage on the legs for Musayev.
So the keys to victory for this one, for Logan Storley, is pretty obvious. Wrestle early, smother in pressure, and volume striking, especially when he's clamped onto his opponent. Keep making contact with punches. For Musayev, low kicks, hard low kicks, and then spinning attacks as well. We know he's got a variety of lethal spinning techniques. If this fight does hit the floor, getting in top position will be difficult, but if he can get there, get to crucifix and pin the shoulders to the mat.
Andy Shepard is the voice of our Smart Cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following fight takes place in the PFL welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is an MMA specialist and stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 170.75 pounds and holds an undefeated record of 16 wins, no losses, and 1 draw. Fighting out of Mietichi, Russia, the silent assassin, Shamil Musayev. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is a wrestling specialist and stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 170.5 pounds and has built a professional MMA record of 15 victories and 2 defeats. Fighting out of Webster, South Dakota, he is the former Bellator interim welterweight champion, Logan Storley. The referee in charge, Rob Madrigal.
Storley in the black trunks, Shamil Musayev is in the green. Points in a spot in the welterweight standings will be contested here. Storley chasing early, Musayev on the retreat. Randy, you mentioned Storley's incredible wrestling credentials. Shamil Musayev, no wrestling slouch.
Yeah,
a couple of medals at the Russian National Championships.
And an under-23 World Championship. That's an age group championship. Didn't say what style that was, whether it was Greco or freestyle, but that's the 2 Olympic styles. So absolutely correct, Sean. No slouch to wrestling.
Loves to throw spinning attacks, and Storley's going to have to try and crowd those.
So the Wushu Sanda background of Musayev is really where a lot of his explosive striking attacks come from, but Wushu Sanda does have takedowns as well.
Look at Storley's corner. He does train down at Kill Cliff. Rob Lawler, who we saw earlier tonight, is back.
Pull him off the cage. Yep.
Storley from that small town in South Dakota. Same small town as Brock Lesnar. Both of them, of course, greats at the University of Minnesota. Separated by about 16 years.
Yeah,
so there's something in the water in Webster, South Dakota. Bottle that and sell it.
That was a good statement early there from Musayev, being able to defend that takedown. Good counter striking on the back foot as well.
Push kick there to try and keep Storley off him.
That was a good short left hook from Storley. It's like he's distracted Musayev now. He's almost entirely focused on defending the takedown, and now punches might slip through. There we go again.
Right hand, left hook from Storley. And a knee. Good jab from Musayev.
Interesting as well in the fighter interviews how a lot of the other fighters in this bracket felt like Storley might be the other side of the championship bout if they reach it there. Always interesting to see what everybody else in the bracket thinks is the championship's going to look like.
Yeah, of course, at the beginning of the season, every fighter thinks they will be in the championship. So I asked them, who do you think you would have to face in the championship? Most of the welterweights said Logan Storley was the guy. So maybe the one to watch in this welterweight division. He has the respect of all of his potential opponents. And he certainly has the respect in the striking now from Musayev. But good speed from the Russian here. Ian Parker, how do we play this fight as our betting expert?
Thank you, Sean. We actually had Logan Storley. He's the third leg of our parlay. We hit with Fat G, we hit with Rabadanov, and now we got Storley here. I even liked him at -210. The line right now is setting at -195. The striking's looking good. You're going to be used to set up his wrestling. If we get past this one, Loughnane will be the final leg. We got to hit the third one first right here with Storley.
Certainly showed a little level change and came up top with the left hand. Lightning fast jab here from Musayev. That's been his most successful strike.
And I think that's the key for Storley. He's got to keep wrestling on the table. He can't just turn this into a striking match. He's got to threaten those takedowns, use those head fakes and level changes to keep Musayev off balance. Ooh, big spinning kick.
Dug that right into the midsection of Logan Storley, who lost his balance there. Now,
nice right knee.
In the right hands, Musayev smelling some blood, he thinks.
And this would be a huge statement to the rest of the bracket, especially given the fact that it's Logan Storley that everyone thought would be in that championship bout.
I think he's still hurt to the body as Storley.
Oh, nice.
Angle uppercut, lancing left there from Musayev. Jab to the body now.
Yeah, Storley is discombobulated still.
Right hand landed there for Storley, though. And now Musayev looked a little wobbly for a moment. Oh, right hand.
That was sharp.
Right as Storley came onto it.
Oh, boy, big shots.
Nasty combination here from Musayev. Some blood over the right eye of Storley. Another right hand and a left hook.
What is keeping Storley standing?
Musayev with the knee in these final 10 seconds. A left hook again, and another, and a right hand to
Storley's legs are gone.
Wow, saved by the bell.
Holy cow.
This is what started it off, a power back kick. Turning side kick, back kick, whatever you want to call it. Fires right into the ribs, and that was what started the cascade. You can see Peter Murray there watching on, seeing these punches thunder into the opponent. Look at this combination here. Really crisp striking. A nice variety as well. Touching with one, powering through with the next. Tried to put him away at the end of this round, but Storley was saved by the bell.
There's the legs. You can see the legs wobbling right at the end of the round.
You don't build a collegiate wrestling record like Logan Storley did. You're not a four-time All-American unless you have a significant reserve of grit as an athlete. Logan Storley is going to have to dig deep here. He was given that 1 minute break. We'll see how this round starts. Shamil Musayev in the green, Logan Storley in the black.
Storley with the pressure now. Now he really needs to close distance, and he doesn't want to be walking on.
Oh, he walked onto a right hand!
Wow.
Storley is in trouble again!
Musayev almost a full mount there, but Storley trying to scramble.
Oh, he did it! Shamil Musayev face plants Logan Storley!
Wow!
Holy moly.
He is a scary dude.
Wow.
What a win for Shamil Musayev.
So let's take a look at this. Storley closed distance really early and walked straight onto a lovely rear shovel punch. Caught him right on the chin. Musayev circled around to the back, lands a few more shots. And this is where we see Storley take one more really big shot as he's building up. There it is. Puts him away. Power left hook. Scoop through the guard. There's the shovel punch. Catches him on the chin. Lovely work circling to the back. Storley tries to catch the wrist, but he ends up on bottom position. Tries to build back up as Musayev is throwing these punches. One more big left hand. Pow!
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Rob Madrigal calls a halt to the action at 27 seconds of round number 2. Declaring your winner via knockout, Shamil Musayev.
Here's our tail of the tape brought to you by Celsius Live Fit. Brendan Loughnane, 33, Marlon Moraes, 34. Loughnane is 3 inches taller, weighted 1 pound heavier. A reach advantage of 2 inches on the arms for Brendan Loughnane, 1 inch favoring Marlon Moraes on the leg reach. Justin Roberts, one more time.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your main event of the evening. This bout is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the PFL featherweight division. Standing in the blue corner at 5 feet 6 inches tall, weighing in at 145.5 pounds, with a record of 23 wins, 11 losses, and 1 draw. Fighting out of Parkland, Florida, he is a former World Series of Fighting champion, Marlon Magic Moraes. And his opponent, standing in the red corner at 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 146 pounds, with a record of 25 wins and 4 losses. Fighting out of Manchester, England, he is a 2022 PFL Featherweight World Champion, Brendan Loughnane. Your referee, Keith Peterson.
Keith Peterson oversees the action in this final bout of the evening. A featherweight feature regular season, which means points and a place in the standings are up for grabs. Marlon Moraes in the gray trunks, Brendan Loughnane in the green.
Well, Loughnane has to watch out for that overhand right there from Moraes. Also, those calf kicks from Moraes can be absolutely brutal. Loughnane looking for that patented sharp jab.
Nasty leg kick there from Marlon Moraes. Try to take a little steam off of Brendan Loughlane's punches. Loughnane is very capable of switching stances. We saw him do it a lot last year, paid dividends many, many times.
Yeah, Loughnane doing a good job of judging that distance, taking away that leg kick. He's been missing it a few times. Not that time though, Moraes, very quick.
Khalid Habalayev, the killer, is back. He grabbed himself a decision victory earlier, 3 points to go along with it. Watching intently. Either of these men could be future opponents in the regular season, playoffs, or even a championship. And now Loughnane going to the low calf kick.
Oh, nice return there by Loughnane. That was a brutal one.
Knowing it, that dull thud like that,
Yes.
it's,
Yeah, and on the calf, it could be just a couple of those could change the whole dynamic of the fight.
That time Moraes went upstairs, glanced off the guard of Brendan Loughnane, who circled to his left to take the power away. And another low kick from Loughnane. Moraes tries to return and misses.
Loughnane so smooth. Great awareness, great adjustments here in this fight from both men, really.
the distance, the head fake, the footwork.
Yes.
There's a Nice left hook from Marlon Moraes. Ian Parker, what do you think? Man, Loughnane still a big-time favorite here.
Yeah, you know what, Sean? Those few last calf kicks he threw back, it's going to slow down any type of kicks. And Kenny just even said, oof is right. That's going to be the beginning of the end. If he lands another one of those, we may see one of those leg kick KOs. That was pretty nasty by Loughnane.
Oh,
the other one.
Marlon Moraes has elected to switch stances.
My goodness.
And Brendan's wearing that one out now.
Loughnane not going to discriminate.
Equal opportunity.
Very happy to kick the right leg of Marlon Moraes with equal vigor.
Yeah, these are the same kicks that we saw against Bubba Jenkins that ultimately ended up winning him the fight in that final from last year.
Accidental clash of heads.
You good? Yep. You good? Okay. Let's go.
A little conversation between the fighters here on the accidental clash of heads. 90 seconds left in round number 1. Marlon Moraes throwing a lot of heat on each of these strikes, potentially because of the damage already accumulating on his own legs.
He's getting frustrated though. Moraes starting to lose his cool a little bit. Not something you want to do against Loughnane.
There's a nice uppercut snuck through. Loughnane acknowledged it with a nod.
Loughnane just does all the little things well. His feints, and he can do them from both sides. He can do it with his legs. He can do it with his shoulders. He can do it with a jab. Look at that.
Upstairs with the high kick after switching the stance.
Just so fundamentally sound offensively and defensively. There's a beautiful right hand.
Right hand wobbled him.
Now 45 seconds.
Oh, man.
Both legs are in big trouble here for Marlon Moraes.
Yeah, if Moraes can't move out there, he's a sit and duck against someone like Loughnane, a true finisher. Oh, man.
Loughnane kicks the legs out from under. And Loughnane going to make him stand back up.
Very
20
smart.
seconds remain.
Very smart. Make him get up.
Oh, man.
Goes back to it, and Moraes reaching down, trying to block the kicks on the low calves with his own arms. That'll open up a head kick.
Yeah, I mean, for Moraes, he doesn't even know which leg to get up on.
Oh, boy.
Final seconds of this first round. Marlon Moraes in big trouble, limping back to the corner.
And these are just nasty guys. I mean, that's the problem. You can't really competently block a calf kick. You have to lift it. You have to get the heck out of the way. And Loughnane, an absolute assassin, he's going to start going for other things. He's going to take you out in your legs, and he's going to go upstairs and finish the job. Moraes looks like he's coming out for the second round.
Keith Peterson is going to let the doctor evaluate and have a conversation with Marlon Moraes, make sure Marlon wants to continue. He says, I'm good, man. Barring any major heroics, this might be academic. If Marlon Moraes can't find fresh legs,
he's walking a little better right now. That's a good sign.
Moving a little better right now, for sure.
A little blood back into both of those, but you can see massive contusions on both the left and right shin calf area. And Moraes knows his best chance is to blitz early. He's getting after it. Loughnane will have to grab a hold. Chasing a finish here is Magic Marlon.
Brendan has to watch out, ducking down there. That could be a knee from Moraes. Very dangerous with those knees as well.
Moraes is complaining about the potential head clash.
I mean,
all ducking, but
right. I mean, Loughnane is really just level changing.
Marlon Moraes building a little confidence here. And the aggression has Loughnane on the back foot for now.
Yeah, there's a difference between level changing and using your head as a strike. It is certainly not that latter.
Right, Kenny. I mean, instead of complaining about it, Marlon Moraes can take the read and try and throw a knee right up the middle, a jumping knee. Right hand.
Time a good uppercut.
Right. Oh, there it is. There it is. You like to see this sense of urgency out of Marlon Moraes. Oh, that just chopped his leg off. And that's it.
Keith Peterson's waving it off. A leg kick KO in the second round for Brendan Loughnane.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Keith Peterson steps in to stop the bout at 1 minute 11 seconds of the second round, declaring your winner, earning 5 points in the PFL featherweight division, Brendan Loughnane.
Brendan Loughnane victorious once again. That's a 5-fight winning streak for the 2022. Welcome back to Fubo Sports and PFL Challenger Series action. Light heavyweights tonight. This next and final bout of the evening brought to you by the United States Air Force Reserve, Impa Kasanganay and Osama El Saidi. And for our Puncher's Chance fighter intros, Farouk Tahi.
It's time now for 3 more rounds in the light heavyweight division. Fighting out of the blue corner, a boxer and a wrestler with a pro record of 8 wins and 2 losses. Representing and fighting out of Manufia, Egypt, Osama El Saidi. His opponent in the red corner, a striker with a pro record of 10 wins and 3 losses, fighting out of Deerfield Beach, Florida, representing the US of A, Impa Kasanganay.
United States Air Force Reserve brings you the tail of the tape for this main event of the evening. Impa Kasanganay is 29 years of age. Osama El Saidi is 5 years older. Both men 6 feet tall. Kasanganay came in 2 pounds under at light heavyweight. Equal reach on the arms and the legs for these 2 light heavyweights. Larry Folsom to oversee this final bout of the evening. Impa Kasanganay in the black shorts, Osama El Saidi in the gray. And we are underway. A tone was set in that last fight with the aggression. Taylor Johnson got it done quickly. Will that motivate a stylistic difference in the big swing of the right hand from Osama El Saidi? Might answer that question, Kenny.
Well, I think it needs to. I mean, you look at Taylor Johnson's performance, first round knockout. Kasanganay and El Saidi need to definitely get to work and try to impress the celebrity judges and the fans more than Taylor Johnson did. El Saidi immediately going for a takedown here.
He's been a little bit wild, but he's been effective in getting to this position. Kasanganay trying to limp leg out of this. El Saidi just bowls him right over and lands in the half guard.
Yeah, and immediately hits his takedown. He says wrestling is his true passion. Great get up there by Kasanganay.
You saw the underhook early from Impa,
yeah,
and that led to him getting back to his feet. El Saidi now looking to wrestle again.
Yeah, that high-level experience from Kasanganay coming into play here. El Saidi, though, underneath the hips, is going to be able to finish. Nice single-leg finish. Kasanganay trying to post that arm and go back to the... Try to go for a little Granby roll. Could potentially do it again. Trying to turtle up and get back to his feet.
Big hammer fist and then a hook from Osama El Saidi. An absolute powerhouse who made the trip all the way from Egypt for this bout. Kasanganay climbs up the fence. Thiago Santos, we're going to let you off the hook and watch the rest of this fight, but we will see you on April 1st in the main event. Give us a prediction before you leave. A prediction, Thiago.
Oh, man, I'm very... Nah, the prediction will be firework, man. You know, it's going to be, you know, firework, and someone going to fall down.
Someone is going to fall down, says the sledgehammer. Thiago Santos against Rob Wilkinson. Oh, nice combination there from Impa. Landed a sharp one, too. And El Saidi in a little bit of trouble here. Impa offers a head kick as Saidi just turned and ran away.
Kasanganay staying very composed here. He's picking his shots, really playing the role of sniper here.
Leg kick there from El Saidi, but he threw it naked and made a combination for his troubles. Tyron Woodley, interesting first half of the round. What do you make of this bout?
Man, we got 2 separate things going on. Osama's trying to make it ugly. Impa's trying to make it pretty. He has to find a way to try to get inside. We've seen a lot of slugs thrown in the beginning. Right now, either one of these guys can knock the next one out. I really don't see him leaving the first round, to be honest with you.
Randy, what do you think? Will we make it to the second round?
Nice punching combinations by Kasanganay. El Gadzhi doing his best to put this fight on the ground, but he's a bit unorthodox and a little, gosh, what's the word? He just, unorthodox, I guess is the only way to put it. He's got to find a way to get this fight on the ground, or I think it's going to end quickly.
Tim Kennedy, we're seeing Kasanganay start to figure it out a little bit.
Yeah, man, Osama has this lumbering energy, you know, and that doesn't work well when somebody can fire off strikes from every single angle, quick responses, great grappling, great counter grappling. You know, this is dangerous. You know, if you make a mistake, Impa can put you to sleep.
Ian Parker. Impa's taking the back of Osama El Saidi. Is this the final leg of your parlay, if I'm not mistaken?
You are not mistaken. And look, El Saidi he's tired. His gas tank is gone. Trying to really put Impa on the mat, trying to use that wrestling. For Impa, he just had a sprawl. And now the striking's taking over, landed some good shots. This fight will probably be over soon. If not, it's going to end in the second round.
El Saidi stands up. High kick attempt off the guard of Impa Kasanganay. Lumbering energy, I like the way that Tim Kennedy put it. They're not real light on the feet. Osama El Saidi, but big hook lands for Impa. Face plants Osama El Saidi. TKO in the first round for Chilobo.
Here's Kasanganay with a beautiful jab. There's that sprawl against El Saidi, who was looking for that takedown all night. There's another nice combination that dropped El Saidi. That was the end of the fight right there. Larry Folsom had seen enough at that point. Just a nasty series of shots there from Impa. Left hand, and it's the right hand that finished it, Tyron.
Like I said, Osama was trying to get Buck Wild early on, but those haymakers could have landed. Impa had to do a great job of being composed and be patient, but also get involved with her.
Referee Larry Folsom calls a halt to this bout at 4 minutes and 15 seconds of the first round, declaring your winner by knockout, Impa Chilobo Kasanganay.
The former champion, 34 years old, 3 years the elder of Chris Bungard. As Josh mentioned, Bungard did miss weight. The reach is virtually identical. And one more time, we throw it to Terry Cavanaugh.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. 3 rounds in a lightweight contest. This fight is sanctioned by the Mohican Tribe Department of Athletic Regulation, Chairman of the tribe, Mr. James Getzner, and supervising cage side, Mike Mazzulli and Brandon Kaliwa. And now, to those of you watching on Paramount Network, and to you in attendance in the 3 Arena Dublin, are you ready? Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He stands at 5 feet 11 inches tall and weighed in at 159 pounds. He brings to the cage 15 wins, 5 by way of knockout, and 5 losses. From Holy Town, Scotland, please welcome Chris the Bad Guy Bungard! And introducing his opponent across the cage in the red corner. He stands at 5 feet 10 inches tall and weighed in at 154.8 pounds. He brings to the cage 9 wins, 2 by way of knockout, and only 1 loss. From Portland, Oregon, USA, he is a former lightweight champion of the world. Please welcome Brad Primus. Your referee in charge of the action, Mr. Dan Migliotta.
All right, guys. Been through the rules in the locker room, gentlemen. I want you to obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. You ready to touch gloves? You can do it again if you want. Back to your corners. Good luck.
Okay. Brent Primus, Chris Bungard, our main event of the evening. The former champion and the bad guy, taking this fight on a little over 3 weeks' notice. Fight scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds. And here we go!
Red gloves for Primus, blue gloves for Bungard, who has spent time training here in Dublin at SBG. His home gym with Brian Gallagher, who he met 8 years ago back in Scotland. Primus looking to take this fight to the ground early. Big shots though from Bungard.
There's some big elbows there. He's in on the guillotine.
Primus's only career loss was by decision. Never been submitted, never been knocked out.
He's got that little knee slide position, just rolled over into 3/4 mount. He's in full mount now. This is not where Bungard wants to be this early in the fight, especially with 4 minutes left in the round.
5 Bellator finishes for Primus. Love to get number 6 right here, right now. Get things over, flattens him out, Josh.
Gotta be careful letting Primus on his back like that. Nice S-guard, goes right to the back. He's trying to work that right up underneath the chin. Nope, back to the side choke position.
Big shots. American top team Portland. Got the body lock.
Got the body lock. He starts the 2-on-1 there in that position.
It's a bad spot here early for Chris Bungard.
Yeah, he wants to try to get that choke on that other side, though, unless he starts trying to, like he's doing here. It looks like a little jaw crank. He's got the squeeze.
It's all over! Just like that! Brett Primus by submission!
Okay, so he's got the 2-on-1 there, and there he is. He starts trying to choke on that far side. Now, normally that doesn't work, but what he did is he went across the jawline and then tucked palm to palm underneath, and they're able to use that figure 4 to hip in behind him on the spine. So there's a little bit of a stretch plus a jaw lock in there. Nicely done by Brett. Now, like I've talked about before, this usually works when you're extremely strong. And so Brett Primus showed the amount of strength he has and how he is as far as a grappler. Phenomenal technique.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliata has called a stop to the action at the official time of 1:55 in round number 1, declaring your winner by submission via neck crank, Brett Primus!
Here's your tail to tape for this first bout of the evening, brought to you by Just for Men One Day Beard and Brow Color. Magomed Umalatov is 31 years of age, making him 5 years older than Delano Taylor. Taylor is the taller fighter at 6'3". The reach advantage, unsurprisingly, belongs to the taller fighter on both the arms and the legs. Justin Roberts starts us off.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are live from Las Vegas, Nevada, with our opening contest scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the PFL welterweight division. Introducing first, standing in the blue corner at 6 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in at 169 pounds with a record of 10 wins and 3 losses. Fighting out of Miami, Florida, he is a 2022 PFL welterweight runner-up, the Postman, Delano Taylor. And his opponent standing in the red corner at 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 170.5 pounds, with a perfect record of 12 wins and no losses. Fighting out of Astrakhan, Russia, he is a 2022 PFL semifinalist, Prince Magomed Umalatov. Your referee, Jacob Montalvo.
Referee is equipped with ref cam. He'll take us inside the PFL smart cage.
Back up, Magomed.
There's a look through the ref cam. Magomed Umalatov in the blue, Delano Taylor in the black and gray.
Okay.
This is a regular season fight in our welterweight division, which means points on the line. 3 points for a win, bonus points for a finish in any round. That would be 3 bonus points if either of these men can earn a first round finish.
Delano Taylor ran right to the center of the cage to dominate that space. Curious to see if he's going to look to try to back up Umalatov here in this one.
We've seen Umalatov in the past, Randy, come blitzing out and immediately get to work with the hands. I think this hesitation is an illustration of the respect he has for Delano Taylor.
He sure didn't give him any respect in the interviews we had with him, but that's a little inside kick by Delano Taylor. Magomed recovers, gets to the clinch.
Exchange of knees there in the clinch. Good short right hand from Delano Taylor on the exit.
Yeah, Taylor looking sharp early here.
High kick glances off the guard for Taylor.
Delano Taylor not giving the Russian much respect in those interviews as well.
Yeah, it was interesting to hear what both men had to say about their opponent.
Oh, big right hand! Umalatov
He's in
follows
trouble.
it up, and Delano Taylor down and out.
Wow, that was fast.
A first round finish and 6 points for Magomed Umalatov.
Knockout number 11. I mean, you've got to respect 10 knockouts. I don't care who you are. That was a beautiful, sharp punch, and he followed it up with a nice left hook and another right.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee, Jacob Montalvo, calls a stop to this bout at just 1 minute and 31 seconds of the very first round, declaring your winner by knockout, earning 6 points in the PFL welterweight division, Prince Magomed Umalatov.
Maori's 31, Popov's 32. Maori is 6 feet 8 inches tall, and of course that translates to a reach advantage on arms and legs. Andy Shepard with the heavyweights.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following fight commences the 2024 PFL regular season in the heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is an MMA specialist and stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 242 1/4 pounds, and he holds a pro MMA record of 16 wins and 1 loss. Fighting out of Krasnodar, Russia, Oleg Popov. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is an MMA specialist and stands 6 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 257 1/2 pounds and has built a record of 10 victories, 1 defeat, and 1 no contest. Fighting out of Plantation, Florida, Tall Steve Maori. Your referee in charge, Kerry Hatley.
Kerry Hatley equipped with the ref cam. Oleg Popov in the blue trunks. Steve Maori in the black. Tall Steve, one of the more literal nicknames in these sport mixed martial arts.
I must say, he got real creative with that nickname. But he definitely had the duck just to get in the cage.
Right to the center of the smart cage. An exchange of kicks, jab from Maori. Body kick from the power leg. Now to the leg goes Maori. Popov tries one to the body. Catches a kick. Now Popov will walk Steve Maori back into the smart cage barrier right in front of his own corner, which happens to feature one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, Fedor Emelianenko, his coach. Good reversal here of position by Steve Maori, who, if he can dig those underhooks, he really brings people upright with it, just because of that posture.
Да, прижимай, прижимай. Вот, твой. Твой, вали. Твой, переводи. Отлично, накрыл. Минута прошла.
I don't understand what Fedor's saying, but I don't want to interrupt him. because of his status in the sport.
That's a smart move by yours. Yeah.
It was a nice head outside single by Popov. Ran the pipe to put Maori on his back. Maori is a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He was certainly capable of protecting himself here. Gilbert Burns awarded him that black belt.
He does have 6 submission victories. A lot of those have been from a top position, though. He's going to have to find a way to get himself away from this cage or climb up and use the barrier to help elevate himself. Back to his feet.
Nice hand control by Maori. Popov staying on him like a rat on a Cheeto, not going to let him go.
Shut the head. Right back to the head outside single.
Yes. Better sprawl here from Maori. Popov still pursuing that. And now Maori around to the back. Nice work.
Maori with a hook in.
3 minutes, don't rush. Let's readjust here.
Both hooks in now by Maori.
Very good, Justin. You can hips in, chest up, stretching when you can.
Maori's tall enough where he have the hooks in. The back of the head can be on his abs. That's how tall his upper body is.
Stretch him out, yeah.
He's doing a good job of
fighter, yeah.
He's doing a great job of really getting his balance and pushing his weight backwards so he can get to the neck when it's time to go for the rear neck and shoulder.
Body triangle by Maori now.
And those long legs make that a little bit easier on Maori, who's able to also put his instep behind the left knee of Oleg Popov as we look through Ghost Cam at the action. The corner of Steve Maori is impressive in its own right. He's representative of Killcliff, one of the great teams training down there in South Florida. Emiliano Sordi, one-time light heavyweight champion in the PFL, in his corner.
Also see Greg Jones, one of the greatest wrestlers collegiately that I've ever witnessed wrestle. So. Yet again, we're on the back. That seems to be the theme once again, right?
Absolutely has been the theme tonight. And Steve Maori, long and big legs wrapped around the midsection of Oleg Popov.
That move. I like the small chest match. So he switched the wrist control to get balance so he can post with the opposite hand so he can adjust back and really go for attacking. I think at this point he needs to kind of throw some punches to the side to try to get some openings. So he can land the rear neck and choke if he really wants to finish the submission.
Face crank right now. Popov still protecting his neck, got his chin in the lock.
Switching into that short choke.
And that bulldog now.
Squeezing hard. Popov trying to punch the face of Steve Maori on his own back to loosen that up. Maori elects not to squeeze his arms out just yet. Tyron Woodley, we've seen, especially the upper weight classes, we've seen guys finish with those face cranks. And you can squeeze hard enough to break a mandible. You can, break a nose.
You can break your jaw. You can set a couple of teeth all the way back to the back row.
Yeah.
It won't put you out as far as breathing, but man, is it uncomfortable.
Popov now has twisted his way into a top position inside the guard of Steve Maori for the final 10 seconds of this first round. Couple of right hands from the top for the Russian as we head to round 2. Maori was on the back of Popov for quite some time in that round after a brief striking exchanges. Good right hand for Popov, and now a left jab to the body. Maori is having some trouble with his footing on his right leg.
He's also allowing Popov to close the distance with his reach and his length. I would think he would use the jab to keep him on the end of his punches, because he's letting Popov get right in the middle and get in the mix.
I thought it was interesting that Maori let Popov reverse him from that body triangle. And I'm wondering if he did something to his leg, locking that body triangle on there for so long. Maybe he's got a little dead leg or something going on, because it's a bit strange, honestly.
Popov has landed a couple nasty left hooks in that exchange before going chest to chest and pressing Maori to the smart cage barrier. Big John McCarthy, how'd you score round number 1 between these heavyweights?
Round number 1's got to go to Greg
Big Maori. When you're taking a look at it, Steve Maori was able to get that back position. He kept it, the face crank and everything. That's a lot of pain, a lot of pressure. There wasn't a lot of striking, so all of that ground progression, it definitely goes to Steve Maori.
Popov was able to catch the knee attempt there by Maori and pull him forward. Now Maori on his back.
Popov learned his lesson from the first round. He went to run the pipe the second time, he ended up getting reversed. This time he popped his head out, switched over to the double leg takedown, so he ended up on top.
No shoulders, let's go. Work, Steve, work.
Maori trying to throw a leg over for a triangle attempt. Popov having none of it and uses it to pass. The side control. Fedor Emelianenko coaching his fighter in the blue corner.
Face-up crucifix by Popov. Got the near arm trap with his legs, bar arm trap with that underhook, exposing the face of Maori. Nothing to defend it.
If there's any time to exert energy, it's now. He needs to be bucking up, trying to get that right hand loose, because in this position, he has really no defense from this right hand. It's going to keep coming down. Actually, sorry, left hand.
And a half a round to have to deal with it. Steve Maori trapped in this crucifix position.
It's not the position to wrestle recover. He needs to buck up, he needs to get buck up and buck wild to try to get his arm out.
Our betting expert, the Duck, Ian Parker, how do we wager this one?
I liked over 1.5, which we just hit. You know, in this fight, Popov's taken over. Maori looked good in round one, but listen, you know, if you're being coached by Fedor, you're not tapping out to anything unless you're going to sleep. Popov's going to finish this fight by the end of this round. Excellent second round from him. Maori's gas is just gone.
Maori looked a little bit tired when he answered the bell. When he stepped out there, he was already a little bit slow.
There's something going on with his leg there.
Tell you what, Popov is not able to put a lot of pressure or power on these shots with the left hand, but just the sheer volume of them and the inability to defend has the referee looking very closely. Maori not giving up yet.
I mean, Sean, paper cuts add up too. If he's not defending himself, you know what I mean?
That is the end of the fight.
Wow.
Terry Hanley read that Steve Maori had no out, no recourse. 5-point finish in the second round for Oleg Popov.
I mean, he looked shaky from the jump. He came out. It was no blow that was landed to make his legs wobble. He looked like he was just fatigued. And then he took that body jab right there that really took it out of him. And he allowed Popov to close the distance, get close to him, throw punches. Look at that left hook right there. And he was just ready to back up. Look how he's breathing at that moment. Popov smelled it. He said, I'm going for the takedown. And as we said, paper cuts add up. He landed 1,001. That was enough to get the referee involved to make him stop the fight.
Oleg Popov successful in his PFL debut, and Andy Shepard will make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, referee Kerry Hatley calls a halt to the action at 3 minutes and 47 seconds of round number 2. Declaring your winner via TKO, Oleg Popov.
This is an intriguing matchup at light heavyweight. Dobozhan Yakshimuradov against former Bellator middleweight champion Rafael Carvalho, now campaigning at 205. John, as we go to the numbers.
And Carvalho, long, 6'3". Look at the reach difference, 72 to 78. That's an advantage, but Yakshimuradov's fast, and he likes a lot of spinning attacks.
Here's Michael C. Williams.
For all those joining us in the UK on BBC iPlayer, staying up with us late night, we thank you. Out on the West Coast, USA, we go now to the light heavyweight division, set for 3 5-minute rounds. Introducing the blue corner. At 6'3", weighing in 206 pounds even, his professional record 16 wins, 6 losses from Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Introducing Rafael, the Blessed Carvalho. And across the cage, his adversary out of the red corner. At 5'11", weighing in 205.4 pounds as a professional. 18 victories, 7 defeats, 1 draw. Fighting out of Turkmenistan, presenting Loughnane Yakshamuridov. In charge, your referee Frank Trigg.
Thank you. Thank you. Ready? Ready? Fight!
The bell in round 1, both Yakshamuridov and Carvalho looking to snap losing streaks.
Carvalho's got the more traditional kickboxing style. Yakshamuridov likes to come with a lot of flashy attacks. He's got a beautiful spinning wheel kick. He'll throw the spinning back fist a lot. He is very quick once he decides to move.
Yakshamuridov was part of the light heavyweight World Grand Prix, was eliminated by Corey Anderson. Anderson will challenge Vadim Nemkov for the title and vie for that $1 million bonus check as part of our championship doubleheader coming up on Showtime. Bellator 277 from the Shark Tank here in San Jose. And what a memorable night it has already been. Incredible action from fighters who are really just beginning their journeys as professional mixed martial artists.
I'll tell you what, but some of them, if they continue to fight like that, they're not going to have a long career. It's just like the abuse.
And it's Yakshamuridov looking to abuse the lead leg of Carvalho. Looking for the takedown and stuffed by Carvalho.
Nice job of stuffing it by Carvalho, but it was not set up well by Yakshamuridov at all, and that's why it did not work.
Front kick by Yakshamuridov. 2 minutes gone here in the opening round. Both of them testing the waters. Again, Carvalho now campaigning at light heavyweight after being a champion at 185 pounds, John.
Yeah, 185, man, you know, his size was just so impressive and very hard to deal with. But everyone that has, you know, been fighting him lately, for the most part, the big thing is try to take him off of his feet, make him hit the ground. If he hits the ground, not the same fighter.
Yakshamuridov trying to make him hit the ground with his punches.
Exactly.
Midway through the opening round.
Yakshamuridov has a good ground game, but he likes to fight in the stand-up. He did go for that one takedown just to try to make Carvalho think about the takedowns and stuff.
While the southpaw stance just misses the right uppercut from Yakshamuridov, was able to slip off the center line. Oh, catapult like right, and another follow-up right hand by Yakshamuridov. But again, the takedown defense of Carvalho on display. But Yakshamuridov with dogged determination.
Nice job by Carvalho to keep himself in the standing position. Fought that off very well. Everybody that has been fighting has been working towards getting him to the ground, and so that's something that he has got to make a difficult task.
And speaking of difficult task, Carvalho looking to end his career-high 3-fight losing streak. So really a pivotal matchup here, and for Yakshamuridov as well. Came in, made his debut in the World Grand Prix, but has suffered back-to-back defeats and now tries to build some momentum at the expense of the Bellator MMA veteran, and has had success here in the opening round as he was looking for the coup de grace.
got to figure, Carvalho lost his very first fight, then went on a 15-fight win streak. So the guy can definitely fight. He's got a lot of skill. It's just that confidence. The confidence started to wane. Once Gegard Mousasi took that title from him, the confidence kind of went down. Things didn't work for him the same. Wasn't the same fighter.
Great left hand by the southpaw through the guard. Flicks the jab. And there's Yakshimuradov timing that perfectly to secure the takedown, but having to work to keep Carvalho down.
Carvalho working to get himself back to a position, to get back to his feet. I really like what I'm seeing out of Carvalho. He's not settling. Before he would settle that takedown, he would settle and say, it's okay, I'll stay down here. And he would end up getting beat because of it. He's working hard to get himself back to his feet. Great job.
Ready? Ready? Fight!
Carvalho lost his light heavyweight debut against the reigning light heavyweight champion Vadim Nemkov. And Nemkov, perfect 7-0 in Bellator, hopes to extend his personal win streak to 10 when he defends the title against Corey Anderson in the highly anticipated final of the light heavyweight World Grand Prix. Part of our title twin bill here tonight at the Shark Tank as Yakshimuradov looking to showcase his educated feet. Oh, nice counter right hand by Yakshimuradov.
Carvalho doing the same thing, going after the body with the kicks. That's how he won his title. Put Brandon Halsey down with a kick to the body. That won him the title.
Lands for Yakshimuradov. There's a combination from the southpaw Carvalho back to orthodox stance now. And he leads the 1-2 back to southpaw. So he's trying to bedevil Yakshimuradov here in the second. Loosening up is Rafael Carvalho.
You can see that he's feeling pretty relaxed, though. He's just in the flow. He's trying to move nice and easy. He's not trying to overload on the punches and kicks.
And again, a naked shot by Yakshimuradov. So as you mentioned, John, not using a jab, not doing anything to set up the takedown attempt. And thus far, Carvalho, good job of defending it here.
And that's why Carvalho's able to defend it. He just can't get deep enough in on it. And he doesn't have that Greco-Roman style of being able to overpower him with that upper body control.
Nice combination on the exit by Yakshimuradov that scored.
Well, the second round, I don't know why exactly, but for the most part, Carvalho, his output is increased, which is really good to see, but it seems like Yakshimuradov has tailed off.
Yeah, he's looking for the proverbial home run with that right uppercut. Bothering Carvalho. There, Carvalho with a beautiful combination. The lance forward, and again on the inside. Yakshimuradov feeding him the right uppercut. And Yakshimuradov again, this time secures the takedown.
Carvalho cannot settle here. He needs to work himself back to his feet. He starts to settle. You see him now going into guard. This is not where he needs to be. This is not his strong suit of being on the ground. He's not real dangerous off of his back. And Yakshimuradov's just going to use ground and pound to try to keep him there. Big elbow. I like the fact that you're at least seeing Carvalho open that guard.
And Yakshimuradov opens up with the right hand, but Not delivering a lot of ground and pound offense here is Carvalho. Comfortable from his back, but as we say time and time again, John, you don't want to accept this position.
If you end up accepting it, it's okay if you have a dynamic submission game and you're able to catch guys, but if you don't, that's what's going to happen. You're going to end up eating one shot. It's going to change everything.
Final minute of the second round, some ground and pound from Yakshimuradov, and the fight is being waved off. Rafael Carvalho hurt, and Dobozhan Yakshimuradov snaps his two-fight losing streak and picks up his first win here in Bellator MMA.
Watch this elbow. That elbow, and this is what I was talking about. Watch what happens when the elbows start to hit. He lands one big one right here. That changes everything. Look at the reaction of Carvalho. Everything now is all about just covering up. He's hurt. It only takes one shot, and that's why if you're not that dynamic guy off of your back, you cannot stay there. You've got to work and make it to where your opponent doesn't have the opportunity to open up with elbows like that.
And Dobozhan Yakshimuradov joins current Bellator MMA middleweight champion Gegard Mousasi as the only men to stop Carvalho with strikes.
Ladies and gentlemen, inside the Bellator cage, it comes to an end. Referee Frank Trigg waves it off. 4 minutes, 4 seconds, round number 2. The winner by TKO, Dobozhan Yakshimuradov.
Here's your tail of the tape presented by Celsius. Dakota Ditcheva, 25 years of age, as is Chelsea Hackett. Ditcheva, the much taller fighter here at 5'8", and you can see that translates to a reach advantage on both arms and legs.
So keys to victory here for Dakota. Stalk and pressure, as she always does. Strike into the body always opens up the head for her, and if she finds herself in the clinch, those knees are going to serve her well. For Chelsea Hackett, punching into the clinch, use that power to her advantage. Takedowns against the fence where she can utilize the fence as control and then find the back, sink in a rear naked choke.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following regular season contest takes place in the women's flyweight division and is our co-main event of the evening. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. She's a former Muay Thai world champion and stands 5 feet 4 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 125 3/4 pounds and holds a professional MMA record of 4 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. Fighting out of Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia, Chelsea Hammer Hackett! And her opponent, fighting out of the red corner. She is also a former Muay Thai world champion and stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 125 1/2 pounds and holds a perfect, undefeated record of 11 wins and no defeats. 9 wins coming by way of knockout. She is the 2023 PFL Europe Women's Flyweight Champion and fights out of Manchester, England. Dangerous Dakota Ditcheva! The referee in charge, Blake Rice.
Chelsea, you ready? Dakota, you ready? Fight!
Ditcheva in the black kit, Chelsea Hackett with that push kick in the white.
Straight away with the low kicks.
Southpaw stance for Ditcheva. Now she switches, attacks the low leg. Oh! Straight right hand!
Hackett trying to recover, trying to pull this into a grappling range. Now she's going to be open to knees.
And this is where Dakota Ditcheva has been so nasty in the past, in these clinch positions, but good double underhooks here from Chelsea Hackett.
Nice blockage by Ditcheva with the double overhooks and blocking inside the thighs, taking away the leverage of Hackett.
Hackett trying to pull herself towards these underhooks. Dakota doing a good job of maintaining some space, building a frame with her forearm. Hackett with the double underhooks. Now she's turned against the fence. Looks for the outside reap. We can see the bruising on the leg of Hackett already.
Hand control by Ditcheva. Hackett with a hook in. She's got the far wrist trapped.
Dakota's going to circle off the fence here, I think.
Trying to control that wrist to circle out that way and get out of the lock.
Interesting double bind here from Hackett. She's able to stay behind Dakota. Dakota's trying to dig that left elbow in, trying to turn herself to face Hackett, who's still challenging the lower body of Dakota.
Good hand control by Dakota. Hackett can get that far wrist right. She can drag her to the mat. But the hand control of Ditcheva is making that very difficult.
Just excellent work here by Chelsea Hackett to keep Dakota Ditcheva defensive in this position. So many opponents have just find themselves washed under by the aggression and offense of Dakota Ditcheva, but right now, Ditcheva is just trying to get herself off the smart cage barrier.
Yeah, Hackett looking strong here, but that frame's causing some issues.
Another driving knee to the body and then upstairs, and there's the right hand behind it from Dakota Ditcheva. Now back to distance. Push kick to the face.
Nice teeth to the face. Wow.
Switching the stance for Dakota.
Through the straight left.
Wow.
Straight left.
That had some heat on it.
Inside of 2 minutes now in round number one. Co-main event, Dakota Ditcheva and Chelsea Hackett. Ditcheva makes the playoffs with a win of any kind.
Those knees are brutal.
Oh, nasty combination.
Really hurt her.
And the body work, and that'll do it. Dakota Ditcheva with a quick 6. And clinches the #1 seed.
So here we go, straight away, straight right down the pipe. Knocked Chelsea Hackett onto the canvas. She scrambled, she did well, but here come the knees. That one kind of hits into the shoulder, but then here we come. The punching combination, Hackett's gonna swing back. Isn't able to land. There's the front kick to the face and a knee to the midsection as Dakota turns her. Beautiful footwork circling off to the outside, and then here's the finishing flurry. Bam, body shot right to the solar plexus.
Yep.
Oh, that will steal your soul.
And a little admonishment from Dakota Ditcheva, just the wag of the finger. Don't doubt dangerous Dakota.
Oh, that shot to the midsection. Wow. Oh, that was a dandy.
Randy, I have some matchups for you. Now that we've figured out the playoff scenario.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Blake Rice calls a halt to the action at 3 minutes and 22 seconds of round number one. Declaring your winner via TKO and clinching their place in the playoffs, Dakota Ditcheva.
Tail of the tape for this heavyweight feature is brought to you by Bud Light. Denis Goltsov is 32, Cesar Ferreira 6 years older. You can see Goltsov is the much larger fighter. He's 6'5", 245, 6'1", 216 for the former light heavyweight Cesar Mutanchi Ferreira. But both men have a 78-inch reach on the arms, and the longer legs actually belong to the Brazilian in this one.
This next bout is set for 3 5-minute rounds in the PFL heavyweight division. Introducing first, standing in the blue corner at 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing in at 215 3/4 pounds, with a flawless record of 5 victories and no defeats. Fighting out of Boca Raton, Florida, Cesar Ferreira. And his opponent standing in the red corner at 6 feet 5 inches tall, weighing in at 245 1/2 pounds, with a record of 29 wins and 7 losses. Fighting out of St. Petersburg, Russia, he is a 2-time PFL semifinalist, Denis Goltsov. Your referee, Mark Smith.
One of the best in the business there, Mark Smith. He'll oversee the heavyweight action. Denis Goltsov, blue trunks. Cesar Ferreira in the gray. This is a regular season bout in the heavyweight division, finishing the first half of the regular season in that weight class. Southpaw stance for the Brazilian.
Cesar Ferreira with a little blitz.
A little low kick.
Watch the cup. Went to the body there. Goltsov still looking to measure the distance.
Oh, nice kick to the body there by Goltsov.
Our betting expert Ian Parker sweating out this feeling out process as Goltsov lands the right hand.
Yeah, Goltsov really had a great attitude towards this late opponent change. He's like, you know, I'm just happy to be here. I had some visa issues. I'm used to getting different opponents. Coming in here very positive, looking pretty sharp so far.
Goltsov looking to trip. I think he's got an arm in a 2-on-1 tied up. Nice kick. Goltsov coming out of the clinch.
Nice left hand there from Mutanchi.
Yeah, Ferreira was very close with that counter shot. Nice trip.
Body lock and the trip immediately from Goltsov. 90 seconds into this fight.
Seen Goltsov set up the Ezekiel choke. Looks like he might have been trying to play with that. Goltsov looking from the half guard, posturing up, trying to find a way to lay some damage on Cesar Ferreira.
Ian Parker says this will be done in under half a round. He's got 35 seconds, does Denis Goltsov, to make Ian Parker right.
Oh, Goltsov picking his shots.
Count.
He's in trouble.
Look at Ian.
Parker was right.
I told you, man, that ground and pound, absolutely nasty.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mark Smith calls a stop to this bout at 2 minutes and 7 seconds into the first round, declaring your winner by knockout, earning 6 points in the PFL heavyweight division, Denis Goltsov.
Tail the tape brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Impa Kasanganay, 30 years of age. Alex Polizzi is 32. Both of these men 6 feet tall. Slight reach advantage on the arms and legs, belonging to last year's champion, Impa Kasanganay.
Keys to victory for these two athletes. Polizzi cannot start slow. He's got to get out fast. Keep him on his heels. Kasanganay, control the center of the cage. Keep this fight standing as much as possible.
Andy Shepard, one more time.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the theater at Virgin Hotels, Las Vegas, we have arrived at our main event of the evening. And the world is watching. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is an MMA specialist and stands 6 feet tall. He weighed in officially at 204 pounds. And he owns a professional MMA record of 10 wins and 3 losses. 8 wins coming by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Beloit, Wisconsin, Easy Alex Polizzi! And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is a striking specialist and stands 6 feet tall. He weighed in officially at 204 3/4 pounds. And he holds a record of 15 victories and 4 defeats. Fighting out of Deerfield Beach, Florida, he is the 2023 PFL Light Heavyweight Champion, Chilubo Impa Kasanganay.
Your referee in charge, Mark Goddard.
Impa Kasanganay in the black trunks, Alex Polizzi in the blue. Right hand lands early for Impa. Inside leg kick from Polizzi.
That's a new way to check your inside leg kick. He kind of jumped and switched stances.
Impa back up at this 205-pound weight after cutting down for Champs vs. Champs to take on Johnny Eblen. You can see the strength on display there. Right into side control for Impa. Alex Polizzi back to a referee's position and to his feet. Wow.
Polizzi trying to utilize that wrestling scrambling to get himself to the top position.
Impa having none of it right now, back to the feet.
Nice level change in double leg by Polizzi. A beautiful sprawl and covering the head by Impa Kasanganay.
I would have loved to see that takedown set up with some punches first. That way his guard would be a little bit higher. He immediately had his hands down, Impa, for the defense. Out the back door.
Polizzi sneaking around the backside, and now back to where they were. Impa Kasanganay stuffing the head.
College wrestling 101 going on out there right now.
Literally.
Here it is again. We've seen this from Alex Polizzi. He's had success in the Bellator cage with this exact wrestling pressure. Remember, we've had 4 first-round finishes in our light heavyweight season so far. 3 minutes remain in round number 1. I mentioned Johnny Eblen was Impa Kasanganay's last opponent. Here's Johnny Eblen watching. Johnny, what do you think so far? Maybe some connection issues there with Johnny Eblen.
Front choke attempt here.
We'll try and get those fixed, maybe talk with...
Nice right hand.
And now Kasanganay following up, knocks down Polizzi again. Impa trying to limp leg out, throws a hammer fist, another right hand. Polizzi is wobbly here in round 1.
Look how relaxed Impa is as he's looking.
No legs.
Drilling more right hand.
These legs are gone.
Goddard looking closely, that's the end.
No single shot by Polizzi.
Polizzi is trying to wrestle his way out of this.
Impa's composure and his relaxation to get this finish is phenomenal.
More hammer fists to the air. Now Polizzi rolling for a leg.
Knee bar attempt here by Polizzi.
The knee seems a little bit low. It's behind his bottom. It's actually out.
Kasanganay slipped his knee out. He's out of danger.
What credit to Alex Polizzi showing his toughness here. Eating a lot of damage on the... Oh, another right hand! And now Impa swinging away again. Mark on it, a sealed off first round finish.
That's the right
Impa Kasanganay. And we go 5 for 5 in the light heavyweight division for first round finishes.
Wow.
Wow.
Extremely composed. You see leading with the jab. He did a great job. Probably better than anybody on his card. Smooth takedown to him. Division I wrestler. He got in position. His base is so heavy. He understands how to keep his low center of gravity. Right here, he's got the opportunity. Most fighters will go crazy right here. He took his time. He slipped out of takedowns, and he kept his eyes on the prize, looking for the finish at all costs. Walking forward with his hands up. Sometimes you got a wounded animal that want to swing back crazy. He kept himself in position. The referee, unfortunately, had to step in because, as you're watching, many of these punches were not being answered. Alex is very tough, but you see his legs wobbling, you see his body's losing his composure. Referee had to get in there and get involved.
Andy Shepherd makes it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mark Goddard calls a halt to the action at 3 minutes and 29 seconds of round number 1. Declaring your winner via TKO, Impa Kasanganay.
Our Tail of the Tape is brought to you by Celsius. Brendan Loughnane, 34 years of age. Pedro Carvalho is 28. Carvalho, the taller fighter here at 5'11". Both men weighed in at the featherweight limit. Slight reach advantage on the arms favoring Brendan Loughnane, and the opposite is true on the legs.
So keys to victory for this one. But Brendan Loughnane, if he shadows the stance of his opponent, that allows him to smash that calf kick that we've seen him use so well. Footwork in defense will be a key as well. He's very good at juking and changing his direction. For Pedro Carvalho, opening with kicks will be wise. He's very good at long range with those kicking skills. Initiated takedowns, of course, will be a key, and neck attacks and scrambles. If he can tangle the neck up and drag Brendan to the floor, it doesn't matter how he gets there as long as they end up on the ground.
Here's Andy Shepherd.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following fight is scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the PFL featherweight division and is our co-main event of the evening. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is an MMA specialist and stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 145 1/2 pounds, and he holds a professional MMA record of 13 victories and 8 defeats. Fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, by way of Portugal, the Game, Pedro Carvalho. And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is a striking specialist and stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 145 3/4 pounds. And in 31 fights, he has earned a record of 26 wins and 5 losses. 14 victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Manchester, England, he is the 2022 PFL featherweight champion, Brendan Loughnane. Your referee in charge, Kevin McDonald.
Behind the line, please. Brendan Loughnane in the black trunks, Pedro Carvalho. He's in the white. You saw that number next to Brendan's name has climbed astronomically high. Minus 1,000 favorite in this fight.
Yeah, you ready to fight? Let's go.
Touch of the gloves, southpaw stance for Carvalho. Already the kick's showing.
Opposite stances here. Normally Brendan would have switched his stance to open that calf kick up, but he did say he was working on some new things, and there's going to be some surprises for us in this fight.
What's interesting is he said that because they both train in Conor McGregor's camp significantly. So this guy's he knows all the secrets. He knows what I do.
Loughnane spent about 6 weeks sparring in Dubai with Connor and wondered what the SBG coaches might have downloaded from that time. Catch of the kick and a nice right hand. Wow! Brandon Loughnane, beautiful. Caballo appears to have recovered from that brief stumble. Now some dirty boxing from Pedro.
Brendan's going to be careful putting his head down. That's exactly how.
Oh, double right hand, like a laser. And now the ground and pound for Loughnane.
Caballo throwing up his legs.
Can Caballo get back to his feet here?
Brendan almost used a knee and pulled it back to the last second.
Right, and the referee waves it off to the protest of Pedro Caballo. Finish in the first for Loughnane.
Here's one more right hand. I mean, I think undeniable that Pedro has a case here, but
I think the referee may have misread that. As he dove in to catch an ankle, he may have thought he was hurt and falling to his face. That's kind of what it looks like. Watch. He's going to lunge forward and try and get Lougnane's foot just as he takes that shot.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Kevin McDonald's called a halt to the action at 1 minute and 26 seconds of round number 1. Declaring your winner via TKO, Brendan Loughnane.
Tail of the tape. Murad Ramazanov, 28 years of age. Shamil Musayev is 30. Ramazanov 1 inch taller. Musayev 1 pound heavier. Longer arms for Ramazanov. Longer legs for Musayev.
Keys to victory. Murad needs to close the distance. Keep busy when he's in the clinch and also chain wrestle. Shamil, he needs to defend those takedowns. Keep busy when he's striking while he's standing. Look for big shots off the clinch because you know he's going to be in close proximity when they takedown attempts.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following fight is a welterweight contest in the PFL regular season. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is an MMA specialist and stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 170 3/4 pounds and holds an undefeated professional record of 17 wins, no losses, and a single draw. Fighting out of Nizhny, Russia, the silent assassin, Shamil Musayev. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. He is a wrestling specialist and stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 170.5 pounds and also holds an undefeated record of 12 victories, no defeats, and a single no contest. Fighting out of Machaskala, Dagestan, Russia, Murad Ramazanov.
Behind the line, please. Thank you.
Your referee in charge, Kevin McDonald.
Kevin McDonald will oversee the action. Ramazanov is in the black. Musayev is in the green.
Let's go.
2 undefeated fighters squaring off with a touch of the gloves. Low kick first from Ramazanov. Randy, for me, the big question is whose wrestling is better here? Because both of these guys obviously have leaned on that in the past in their careers. It's a great way to impose your will, especially when you just need a victory, don't need a finish to get in.
There's a nice low shot by Ramazanov. In deep, trying to change off to the double. Shamil using that hand control. The whizzer on one side, controlling the wrist on the other side.
Right now we see Ramazanov trying to press her to the cage against Shamil, trying to keep him there close so he can either resort to the underhook to try to get a foot sweep or go back to the single leg takedown.
Don Madge is looking on. He's still in a good playoff spot despite the loss earlier tonight. The only thing that can keep him out is a draw in this fight. If these guys fight one another to a draw, then Madge still has to sweat it out. A decisive victory for either man, and Madge will be clinched and potentially fighting one of them, likely the winner in the future. Rabadanov chasing this takedown. So far, Musayev able to negate the attacks.
Nice spiral as he spun off the cage. When you have two guys that are very high-level wrestlers, you see them hesitant to try techniques that they would normally try against non-wrestlers for the fear that it won't work due to the high level of defense.
At the end of the day, it might boil down to who's got the better striking in the other parts of their MMA game.
Sometimes the wrestling neutralizes.
We saw Shamil Musayev neutralize the wrestling of a four-time Division I All-American in Logan Storley, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him do the same thing to Rabadanov. But right now, Rabadanov is being more aggressive with the striking as well as they attack one another's calves.
That was a solid shin contact on that last one.
And they both check kicks with shins and close to getting that kneecap.
Rabadanov trying to walk Musayev back into the cage where he can set up a takedown. Snatch single again. Another interesting theme that seems to develop when we speak to the camps in these fighter meetings is these Russian guys, they don't want to fight one another all the time. They don't like the idea that they have to go Russian versus Russian in the regular season. In the playoffs, where it's an elimination situation, they don't seem to mind, but I wonder if that's in the mind of either of these guys.
When it comes down to $1 million, you got to be ready to fight your dad, your cousin, your neighbor, or the person that bags your groceries.
Nice little combination by Musayev on the break.
And we said that he needs to be ready to punch off the clinch because you know Rob is going to go for that takedown and pressure it.
Musayev seems a little tentative to let his hands go because every time he tries to, Ramazanov's in on a double, and he's got to defend that.
Good work with the footwork here, and a slapping right hand on the exit.
I'm going to start charging these guys for these keys.
Spinning attack misses for Shamil Musayev.
.30 seconds left in the first, and you see both guys staring eye to eye at each other.
Musayev finally letting a couple punches go from the open position.
They're both hesitant to make any mistakes, as it only takes one to put you in a bad situation.
Final 10 seconds of round number one. Spinning back kick twice in a row there for Shamil Musayev. Second frame next.
Trying to get the takedowns, but I'm going to give it to Musayev as far as he landed the cleaner strikes, and he defended against every bit of the wrestling.
Thank you, Big John.
Nice inside leg check by Marab. A little off balance on the canvas there, you see. A little sliding around.
Nice counter by Shamil. Kicked out of that single. Rabadanov definitely turning up the pressure. In on another single. There's the takedown.
Right here's what we've been talking about the entire time. Hooking his leg right here, as you see, to try to stop the opponent from getting up. Shamil was not having that at all. He said, let me get away right quick.
Live odds slightly in the favor of Shamil Musayev right now. Ian Parker, remind me, as our betting expert, how you play this fight.
We took Musayev as the underdog. I felt that if he could stop the takedowns, he has such an advantage in the striking, and Rabadanov is not offering anything on the feet, and I know you guys have been saying that. He's not letting his hands go at all. He's super tentative, and Musayev is doing a great job stopping these takedowns. The odds at originally were plus 150. Now he's minus 120. Still a good number if you want to take Musayev. I think he gets the win here as long as he keeps the fight on the feet.
Thank you to the Duck. Pick 'em in the live odds at the moment. They will develop throughout the fight.
It's hard to tell if the...
Oh, my goodness! Rabadanov. Now the right hand coming down, an uppercut.
That's it, that's it. That's it.
Shamil Musayev makes a statement, remains undefeated.
Wow. He slips, moves his head off, throws a right, and that left hook right on the button. Caught him right on the chin, knocked him flat to his back. He follows it up with some ground and pound. Big shot there coming down. Again, slips, and there's the left hook right on the button. Beautiful shot by Shamil Musayev. Steps back, doesn't smother his punches, and picks his shots. Referee has seen enough. 5-point finish in the second round for Shamil Musayev.
So just in review, Shamil Musayev in his first regular season bout handed Logan Storley his first knockout loss in a very decorated career.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, referee Kevin McDonald calls a halt to this bout at 1 minute and 51 seconds of round number 2. Declaring your winner via knockout and clinching their place in the playoffs, Shamil Musayev.
He started to slip the wrong name. Had to correct himself.
Now the tape for this fight brought to you by Takedown. Bruno Miranda, 33 years of age. Brent Primus is 39. Primus, the taller fighter here at 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighed in at the lightweight limit as well. 6-inch advantage for Brent Primus in the reach on the arms. Slight 1 inch on the leg.
Keys to victory for these two athletes. Primus needs to start out fast. No slow starts here. He's got to secure those takedowns and control this fight on the ground. Bruno Miranda's got great stand-up. Keep this fight standing for as long as possible. Use those punches and set up those kicks.
Andy Shepard gets him started.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following fight takes place in the lightweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a jiu-jitsu specialist and stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 155 3/4 pounds and holds a record of 12 victories, 3 losses, and 1 no contest. He is a former Bellator lightweight champion and fights out of Portland, Oregon, Brent Primus. His opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is a striking specialist and stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 155 1/2 pounds and owns a pro MMA record of 16 victories and 4 defeats. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Robusto Bruno Miranda. Referee in charge, Gary Copeland.
3 5-minute rounds overseen by Gary Copeland. Bruno Miranda in the black trunks.
Round 1, you ready, Brent?
Brent Primus in the green.
Ready, Bruno? Let's fight.
6 points on the line here in round number 1 in the lightweight standings.
Strong Muay Thai background from Bruno Miranda. He's got 9 knockouts to his credit.
Won 7 of his last 8. His only loss coming to the 2-time lightweight PFL champion Olivier Aubin-Mercier. The Canadian gangster ruined a lot of momentum.
Yeah.
High kick and then an inside leg kick from Bruno Miranda. High kick was blocked by Primus. There's another one upstairs from Bruno. Now Primus behind the combination, hanging heavy, trying for this takedown.
Good left side underhook by Bruno Miranda. He's using that underhook to keep Primus up, keep him chest to chest and off of his hips.
And the visual there is really pretty stark. You can see how wide Brent Primus's back is. He's the taller fighter here. He's really, really big at 155 pounds. Good footwork there from Bruno Miranda, but he gave up on it a little too early. Primus is able to press him back against the barrier.
Miranda needs to get that left underhook very high. As he circles off, he needs to almost get that left underhook to the cage, then separate using his frames to get space.
An exchange of knees on the inside. Brent Primus still trying to figure out this takedown attempt.
Joga a cabeça pressionado aqui, Bruno. Isso. Se eu conseguir botar a cabeça embaixo do queixo dele, é que eu quero, tá? Perna firme.
Nice takedown.
Primus immediately gets to work with his right hand.
Hip escapes from Miranda, getting his legs back in the fight. Primus trying to posture, trying to get a hook in now. Take the back position.
Halfway through round number one. Primus has the back of Bruno Miranda.
Both hooks in now.
Rear naked choke's in. It's a little bit high on the chin right now.
Keep working on it, Brad. You got 2 minutes. You got 2 minutes.
Body triangle by Primus now. Trying to find a way to feed those hands through and attack the neck of Bruno Miranda. Primus is trying to lock it in. Hand fighting for Miranda, trying to protect that neck.
Right. 90 seconds remain in round number one. Primus using his left hand to try and loosen up that defense of Bruno Miranda.
Sean, in the first 2 weeks, we've seen a lot of back takes, a lot of rear naked choke attempts. I think that's a difference in the training now. When they know it's a season where they're going to fight multiple times, getting to the back and trying to get the rear naked choke and staying fresh for the season seemed like the good thing to do.
Well, you talk about it. You're always going to take the path of least resistance, and if someone's going to give up their back as you attempt a takedown, throwing those hooks in and staying out of trouble is certainly an effective way to make it happen. Solid work with the left hand here for Primus. Bruno Miranda just trying to ride out the round, it seems.
Miranda doing what he has to do by control that hand, but the consequence of that is just eating leather the whole time.
Primus content to keep feeding it to him for these final 10 seconds. We'll see round two when we return to Las Vegas on ESPN+.
Round two, you ready, Brent? Round two, ready, Bruno?
Bruno Miranda in the black trunks, Brent Primus in the green. Second of a possible 3 rounds. Calf kick there from Bruno Miranda, who continues to attack that lead leg. Big John McCarthy watching on. I think I know the answer. Round one, you scored how?
Oh, absolutely decisive round for Brent Primus. But the real question here, Sean, is was it enough for a 10-8? And a lot of people are going to look at that and say it was close because he had such good positioning the entire time, but not enough damage in the judges' eyes. I think they're going to go 10-9 Primus.
Well, Primus decided he wasn't going to participate in any sort of striking exchanges with Bruno Miranda, and once again, bulls his way into the top position.
Yep.
Ian Parker, the line for this fight was moving all over the place all week, and the live odds seemed like they settled into the right spot, but you tell me.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. Right now, this is exactly what Brent Primus wanted to do. And look, he took 3 nasty calf kicks in a row, and he said, nope, I'm out of there. I'm going to take you down and get right back to the back. And I like what Tyron said. He's saving himself here. By doing this, there's no damage that could be done, and he can fish for the choke for the next 3 minutes and 40 seconds. Primus has control. If Miranda's going to pull off the upset, he's got to get up or make it out of this round and go for broke in round 3.
I think it's pertinent to mention what happened in the first regular season fight in this lightweight division. 2 rounds banked, and then Elvin Espinoza did pull the comeback switch knee knockout against Adam Piccolotti. But right now, Bruno Miranda's got several steps in front of him before he can make something like that happen.
Choke's locked in.
And 5 points for Primus. Second round finish for the former Bellator champion.
Nice overhand right by Primus. Follows through with the double leg takedown, steps around, and pulls Bruno Miranda down to the ground, securing top position. Very important here is with the body triangle, Primus trying to hand fight, snakes it in. He's got it locked in tight now, squeezing with those hips, and there's the tap.
Make it 7 submission victories as a pro for Brent Primus. And Andy Shepard will make it official inside the smart cage.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Gary Copeland calls a halt to the action at 1 minute and 49 seconds of round number 2, declaring your winner via a tap out to a rear naked choke, Brent Primus.
Fail the tape for this one, brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Gadzhi Rabadanov, 31 years of age. Mikhail Dufault is a year younger. Both men 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed in at the lightweight limit of 156 pounds. 1 inch reach advantage on the arms favoring Dufault, but much longer legs on the Canadian.
Keys to victory. So for Rabadanov, he's got a great counter left hook, which is a very, very long-range weapon he can use. Wrestling to top position will be very, very valuable to him. If he can get there, and then punching and passing the guard will be a key to get him into safe places. For Dufault, set the pace, be aggressive all the way from the start, all the way to the end. Win the wrestling scrambles, and then, of course, threaten with submissions. There's a variety of things that Dufault can throw at you on the floor.
The Professional Fighters League now concludes our $1 million lightweight semifinal with our featured bout now set for 3 5-minute rounds. We introduce first the blue corner. He stands 5 foot 8 inches tall, weighing in at 155 3/4 pounds. He holds a professional record of 13 wins, 5 losses. From Montreal, Quebec, Canada, Mikhail, the Canadian badass, Dufault. Now we introduce his opponent out of the red corner, standing 5 feet 8. His official weight, 155 3/4 pounds. His professional record stands at 22 wins, 4 losses, and 2 draws. From Dagestan, Russia, please welcome Gadzhi Rabadanov. Your referee, Christopher Minyoki.
Dufault in the green trunks, Gadzhi Rabadanov in the black. Three 5-minute rounds to determine who will face Brent Primus in our 2024 lightweight championship.
I don't know why I was sitting down for this fight. It's pointless. I've got to be on my toes. I just don't know what's going to happen. You've got Rabadanov, who's the supreme technician. You can see how he's toying with the range with Dufour. And Dufour looks like someone's holding him back. And as soon as that string snaps, he's going to go at his opponent. And that's when he gets very dangerous. He can be overwhelming with that aggression.
He's going to have to be judicious with it, because if you run yourself onto a takedown attempt from Gadzhi Rabadanov, your night can get really long. But the jab and a nice straight right to the body from Dufour.
That was a lovely jab, and then he went to the body with the cross as well. He's looking quite disciplined here. Long stance though, Randy. I think you've mentioned this on the Challenger series, how that lead leg's vulnerable.
Tough to sprawl, tough to check a kick when your stance is that wide.
But allows him to punch with real power. So there is a trade-off there. It is risky. Risky for low kicks, risky for level changes, but these slick 1-2 punches that he's landing are very, very crisp.
Been drilling in this camp with one of the all-time greats in the sport, GSP, taking tips on these high-pressure moments, these high-pressure fights.
That guy, GSP.
You know a thing or two about it, Dan.
Man. He can make 25 minutes feel like 3 days.
And look, we know that Gadzhi Rabadanov can be a dominant wrestler, but Mikhail Dufour was a primary training partner, cornerman of Olivier Aubin-Mercier, who's not exactly a slouch in the grappling department. So it's not like H2O and TriStar were not giving this young man incredible rounds leading up to this fight.
I like this discipline from Dufour so far. I feel like it's only a matter of time, though, before it really opens up. But these jabs are landing quite crisp. It's a bit of a battle of the jab right now. 3 for Dufour, 8 total strikes landed for Rabadanov.
Listening to the red corner of Gadzhi Rabadanov.
Oh!
Like that. Right to the stomach. Let's set it up. Push him to the cage. Just like that. Well done. Just like that. Close to him. Make him miss you.
Show him wrestling. Now, does he actually mean to take him down, or does he just mean to show him? So there's a double threat there. Because Dufour's being drawn into a boxing match right now. And keep an eye out for that long lead hook of Rabadanov. He'll use it to counter many different weapons. There it is. Long-range weapon.
Was able to avoid it that time. Good low kick from Mikhail Dufour. Haven't seen a lot of calf kicks on the card tonight. There's
nice
the takedown from Gadzhi. Beautiful timing.
Look for him to step over those heels, trap those legs if he can get him. Dufour trying to keep him out of the way, but he's got him now.
Done a great job collecting those legs.
And that is textbook. You see this from so many of the fighters out of that Nurmagomedov camp. But now Mikhail Dufour threatening the neck.
Yeah, he's locked in like a figure 4 guillotine position here.
Yeah, he's got it locked on in the bicep, and he's under the armpit.
Do you think he's going to use him to roll it, Randy?
Yeah, it looks like he's going to try and kick him over the top and create a scramble. Now he's going to get his legs back. Oh, Rabadanov pulled it back in.
Rabadanov's arm is in, protecting that neck. But Dufour's staying heavy on this grip.
It's almost like Charles Oliveira, like his the Bronx guillotine, where he has it's like an anaconda, but it's like a Darce choke, but his arm's in. Difficult to finish this, very difficult to finish this, but it's causing Rabadanov some problems.
Making it very difficult for Rabadanov to clear his head and establish a dominant top position for fear of being rolled or kicked over the top.
Allowed Dufour to get one leg back, but now Gadzhi wrestles to the top again. Butterflies in, at least on the left side for Mikhail Dufour. He's got the right underhook, the correct underhook, I should say.
Patience by Rabadanov to stay in position, meticulously work his way out of the problem.
Stay salty. Mikhail Dufour in the green, Gadzhi Rabadanov in the black, second round of a PFL lightweight semifinal. Winner moves on to face Brent Primus in a $1 million championship bout. Our judging and rules expert, Big John McCarthy, how'd you see round one?
You got to give round one to Gadzhi Rabadanov. He looked really sharp. He was landing clean shots. He was better both in the striking and the grappling. 10-9 Rabadanov.
Before attacking the body again here early in round number two. Big right hand there. Gadzhi staying so tight with his defense. Slapping hook from Dufour as he retreats. There's Brent Primus, already won. He'll watch it with great interest to see who he faces in the championship.
I think Dufour's trying to be a little bit too cautious here, trying to be a bit too technical with the guy that may have his number in that style of fight. Like Dufour crashing forward and causing a bit of chaos might throw Rabadanov out of shape. This is better.
Gadzhi Rabadanov, because of his wrestling credentials, is not often taken down. Just threatening it can change the dynamic in this fight.
Might open him up a little bit more to Dufour's hands by threatening the takedown.
Exactly.
A level change, he might think he's coming again. Drop his hands a little bit to stop the takedown and catch a nice glove.
I'm sure Tim Sylvia was expecting a takedown when he got cracked with that massive overhand, eh? Nice! I like this feinting from Rabadanov. You always feel like he's right about to go. He's
oh boy!
Oh boy!
Gadzhi Rabadanov grabs Dufour and goes to work. Pounds
done. Wow!
Gadzhi Rabadanov to the championship.
Give me the stool.
Wow! Show me this long left hook. Bam! Look at that.
Oh, the right miss. It was the left.
Very nice. He pumped it. He pumped it to load his lead shoulder. We'll see this again. If we can freeze it right before he throws the left hook. I mean, that was relentless, the ground and pound from that point. Let's see this again. Here we go. Look at that. He came right around the side there. Shifted his weight forward, threw a big left hook, and then followed it up with big ground and pound. If we freeze it there, look at this. So there's a moment here where Dufour doesn't know whether Rabadanov's going to go for here, whether this hand's coming over the top, or whether this is coming around the side. There are three different things going on in a split second. Dufour doesn't know what's happening. The hand isn't there to protect his chin. The left hook cracks him. He hits the canvas, and then there's a thunderstorm of power punches coming down to get the fight finished. That was emphatic.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Christopher Minyoki steps in and waves off the contest. Official time, 1 minute, 51 seconds of round number 2. Declaring your winner by knockout, and now advancing to the lightweight $1 million World Championship, Gadzhi Rabadanov.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome from Atlantic City. We are extremely excited for all the fights that are taking place tonight. And right now, we start with the showcase bout in the welterweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a kickboxer. Standing at 6'2", he officially weighs in at 170 3/4 pounds. In 14 professional bouts, he has a record of 9 wins and 5 losses, with all 9 victories by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Springfield, Illinois, here is Kyron Mamba Bowen. His opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he is a wrestler. Standing at 6'1", he officially weighs in at 170 1/4 pounds. He is undefeated with a record of 9-0, with all 9 victories by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Astrakhan, Russia, here is Magomed Umalatov. Your referee in charge, Gasper Oliver.
Gasper Oliver oversees the action in this welterweight showcase bout. Kyron Bowen in the black and gray trunks Magomed Umalatov in the red and blue, and Ahmed Aliyev, also a representative of Astrakhan, Russia, where Umalatov hails from, and a PFL lightweight coming off a win. He's in the corner of his buddy and training partner.
Not surprised these Russians stick together pretty tightly.
Touch of the gloves, and here we go. Low leg kick from Umalatov. Bowen tries a push. Tests one up high.
Umalatov with a nice takedown, nice level change. Typically, you'll see him kind of lure his opponents to sleep a little bit early on. More of an analytical fighter, and here he is in a great position, guys.
Great instincts there. Randy ducked right under the big leaping hook from Bowen and secures the takedown here.
Slipped right under Bowen's left hand at right hand, and Bowen's forward energy put him right in a position to follow through with that takedown and put him on his back.
Yeah, and he's in a great position to get an arm triangle potentially here as well. If he can get his head to the mat and lock hands.
Kyron Bowen on bottom. Making sure, looking for
nice
a
leg
attack here.
A lot of times ends up in a sweep or a way to scramble and get out of the bottom position.
Interesting attack there from Kyron Bowen, showing his prowess on the ground. And these up kicks, Umalatov is able to avoid them and fall back down into the guard.
Yeah, he's been very offensive off of his back. Good stuff here from Bowen. Wasn't able to control above the knee. That's why Umalatov was able to escape that leg entanglement. But nice stuff here from Bowen to keep Umalatov honest here.
Umalatov working from the top. Punches to the body, side of the head. Short hammer fist.
Get him off balance. There we go. Get him off balance. Everything's off balance, Gyro.
Bowen keeps reaching across and trying to find that Kimura and use it as a sweep. And in doing so, he's putting himself in position for that potential arm triangle from Umalatov.
Yeah, we saw Hamlet hit that arm triangle from close guard, so they're not necessarily safe just because they're in close guard, and Umalatov typically stays very busy from this top position.
Umalatov passes. Bowen is able to once again recover at least a half guard here. Nice work by Umalatov using the instep to pass, and now he's got the back of Kyron Bowen, who turtles up.
Bowen going for another leg lock here. Use that nice sweep attempt by Bowen.
And he's able to get up because of it. Maybe. Not quite.
Very close.
Nice recovery there by Magomed Umalatov. But as you mentioned, Randy, clever escape and sweep attempts here from Kyron Bowen.
9 times out of 10, that leg lock attempt will create that scramble that'll allow you to get out from the bottom position.
Yeah, Bowen really showing a nice loose, fluid game off of his back. He's very relaxed. Looked like he was giving up his back, then rolled into a leg attack on Umalatov.
Bowen's a guy that considers himself a kickboxer, but he's got 4 submissions to his record. So definitely demonstrating he knows exactly what he's doing on the ground.
Yeah, very adept work here from the back. Even if he's not able to create the offense that he wants, he's defended himself pretty well. These punches are landing from the top for Umalatov, but there's nothing terribly costly for Kyron Bowen as the hammer fists continue from Magomed Umalatov. Randy, I think I ask you every show, when you're stuck in someone's guard and you're trying to make real ground and pound work, what's the first thing you should do?
I think he's got to keep his head clear, bring his hips in, get his head up, and create some elevation. Now he forces Bowen to use that knee and shield. He could find a way to stack him up and land some better, bigger shots.
Umalatov continues to work from the guards. 1 minute remains in round number 1 of this welterweight showcase bout. For those familiar with the PFL format, regular season, playoffs, and a championship, these gentlemen are hoping to earn their way into a future season. Magomed Umalatov so far looking good, but Kyron Bowen accounting well for himself, even though he's been on his back.
Well, he's starting to eat a lot of shots here, Sean. He was doing a good job of blading his body and attacking that Kimura or guillotine like Randy was saying. He stopped doing that, and now he's eating a lot of shots. He's going head-to-head with Umalatov, which is not recommended here, and he's eating more.
Nice left hands from the top for Magomed Umalatov, and Bowen says, I got to get out of here. Oh, big, heavy hammer fist from the top. Magomed Umalatov turning it up at the end of round number 1. Bowen still defending himself intelligently. 10-second clapper. Gasper Oliver taking a close look. 5 seconds remain, and we will see round number 2.
And spent a lot of energy protecting himself from that bottom position. He looked a little wobbly on the break.
Oh, big right hand! Magomed Umalatov punctuates the performance with an early knockout in the second round. Look at this replay. Walk us through it, Kenny.
Oh, there he is. He actually got his head off the center line and landed a right hand just as Bowen came forward. And those are kind of the worst shots. When you're moving forward and you're getting hit with a shot like that, those are the devastating ones. That's why he was dropped. And Umalatov almost followed up with some serious ground and pound. The referee had seen enough. And again, guys, because of what you said, he had eaten a lot of shots at the end of round 1.
There's Ahmed Aliyev, his friend and training partner in the corner. Big thanks to Rich Energy for that replay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stoppage comes officially at 7 seconds of round number 2. Your winner by TKO, Magomed Umalatov.
And here's the tail of the tape brought to you by both. Dovlet, 34 years of age. Yakimedo is 27. You can see that with a much taller fighter here, 6'3" to 5'11". The reach is still close. Dovlet's on Yagshimuradov has long arms.
Keys to victory for these two athletes. NATO needs to use that distance control, use that range. Short combos, move in and out. Don't stand in there and admire your work. Yagshimuradov used his experience, utilize strikes to set up those takedowns and put this fight on the ground.
Andy Shepard, the voice of the Smart Team.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following fight here at the theater at the Virgin Hotels Las Vegas takes place in the light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a striking specialist and stands 6 feet 3 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 206 pounds and holds a pro record of 8 wins and 1 loss. All 8 victories coming by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Loughnane, Slovenia, he is the 2023 PFL Europe Light Heavyweight Champion, Jakob the Gorilla Neto. And his opponent fighting out of the red corner, he is a Sambo specialist and stands 5 feet 11 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 205 3/4 pounds and has built a record of 21 victories, 7 defeats, and 1 draw. 16 wins coming by way of stoppage. Fighting out of Ashgabat, Turkmenistan, Dovletsan Yagshimuradov. Your referee in charge, Keith Peterson.
Keith Peterson oversee the action. Dovlet in the black, Neto in the white trunks.
Sir, you ready? Sir, you ready? Fight!
Touch of the gloves, and we are underway at 205 pounds. Leg kick to open the action from Dovlet's up. This time he goes to the low calf. The longest pro fight of Yakimedov's young career only took 6 minutes and 16 seconds. He likes a fast start. Right hand searching there for Yakimedo. Dovlet's on Yagshimuradov. Has 3 times the professional experience. Wouldn't mind taking this fight into the later rounds.
Dovlet's got 12 knockouts to his credit in his career.
Good uppercut there on the exit. After a brief clash, Dovlet's on Yagshimuradov, showing his experience, already going to work on the lead leg of Yakimedo. Trying to take away the broad base. Overhand right landed for Dovlet.
Oh, Dovlet hurt him with that overhand.
He's got Neto hurt.
And he knows it as well.
Smelling blood early. Douglas Umalatov continuing to swing away. The right hand is landing. Another uppercut.
Neto's in trouble.
He's in big trouble here on wobbly legs. Douglas hammering away with the right hand. Somehow Jakob Neto still standing. Muradov stalking.
Douglas doing a great job of keeping his composure. You got him hurt. 10 seconds ago, he's still hurt. Take your time, look at the shot. Don't run into nothing silly.
The left eye closing up here for Jakob Neto, who blinks away some of that damage. Now Douglas with the jab. Ducks underneath the swing. Drives Jakob Neto into the barrier.
Surprised me he went for the takedown. He had him pretty close to a finish at that point.
Douglas backs out of that takedown attempt. Neto appears to have shaken most of those cobwebs out as he works behind this jab. He's got to watch out. That overhand right continues to land.
And it's also continuing to swell up that left eye. So he's blinking right now when you look at Jakob.
Jab to the body from Douglas, mixing it up, giving multiple looks. Ian Parker, how do we bet this fight as Douglas lands another big, nasty right hand, and there's the finish. Douglas of Muradov.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Keith Peterson calls a halt to the action at 2 minutes and 54 seconds of round number 1. Declaring your winner via TKO, Douglas Umalatov.
Here you see the knee, followed by the uppercut. He realizes he's got his opponent hurt, and he's picking his shots, not smothering his punches, taking his time, staying in distance. Shots to the body, ripping that uppercut. Douglas doing a great job of methodically stalking his opponent when he knows he has him in trouble. You see the slip of the jab, the big uppercut right up the middle by Douglas. Neto on wobbly legs. Big right hook, and that one hurt him, sent him to his knees. Referee looking very, very hard at Jakob Neto and stepped in. He's seen enough.
He sneaks this right hand
the
just
big
around
right
the
hook.
corner.
Now the body. That was enough. Very impressive by Douglas. Big uppercut. Here comes that big right hook. Right on the chin. Sends Neto to his knees. The referee's seen enough.
Tail of the tape for this one is brought to you by Dude Wipes. Denis Goltsov, 34 years of age. Thiago Santos is now 40. Goltsov 6'5" to 6'2" for Santos. Both men, though, with a 78-inch reach on the arms. Slight advantage on the legs belonging to the Russian.
Keys to victory for these guys. So for Denis Goltsov, of course, work the jab, potentially the best jab in all of mixed martial arts. Lateral footwork, and of course threaten takedowns. If you can get this fight to the floor, his wrestling takes over. For Santos, speed and aggression. Use those low kicks to slow his opponent down and make sure you stay mobile. A sitting duck is a dead duck.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following regular season contest takes place in the heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a striking specialist and stands 6 feet 2 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 241 pounds and in 35 professional MMA bouts has built a record of 22 wins, 12 losses, and 1 no contest. 15 victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Thiago Santos. opponent, fighting out of the red corner. He is a combat sambo specialist and stands 6 feet 5 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 243 pounds and across his 41 fight career has amassed a record of 33 victories and 8 defeats. 27 wins coming by way of stoppage. Fighting out of St. Petersburg, Russia, Denis Goltsov!
The referee in charge, Dan Magomed.
See Goltsov step in that cage quite a few times in the seasons we've seen him. He looks leaner to me too than we usually see him. Him and Moldavsky both look like they've had great camps.
All right, sir, you ready? You ready? Let's go, gentlemen, fight.
Goltsov in the gray trunks, Thiago Santos in the blue. And there's the jab that so much of Goltsov's offense comes behind.
Nice calf kick there for Santos. I do really feel like the benefit in him being aggressive is going to lean into that speed advantage that he has at this weight class.
Big body kick and another from Santos. One of the things that's really plagued Thiago Santos in recent fights is hesitation and not letting it go. Knowing what's at stake. Oh, nasty, his legs gave out.
Caught him with a check hook coming in.
And this is where the well-rounded game of Denis Goltsov really makes him a big factor in this division. We've seen him finish from the top with ground and pound, with the aforementioned Ezekiel chokes Randy, taking the back.
Santos trying to get a foot on the hip for a moment there, but Goltsov staying overbearing, driving forward, forcing his opponent to hold his weight off. Is Santos going to scramble here, or does he give his back?
Nice
pass. Side control. And here working for that arm triangle, the shoulder choke. Goltsov now right into the mount.
He's got bind in. He's got both anchors in from the low mount. Is he working for that Ezekiel? What's he working here? Oh, I see what Santos get his hands in the fight.
Watch him back in the head.
Goltsov in like a loose mount position here as Santos tries to turn. He gets to his knees, now he's back to his feet, but a mat return. Goltsov back in top position.
Goltsov doing a nice job of floating over him, keeping that hip pressure on him, using his toes, driving those hips into his mat.
Santos went down
close here.
His belly there temporarily, was able to build that base back. And now the pressure and the heavy punches from Goltsov. Mergliata looking closely, and that's that. Halfway through round one, Denis Goltsov punches his ticket to the playoffs.
The check hook, right on the chin.
Look at the timing of that.
Beautiful. Jumps right on him, follows him down to the mat.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Magomed calls a halt to the action at 2 minutes and 22 seconds of round number one. Declaring a winner via TKO and clinching their place in the playoffs, Denis Goltsov!
Go. You see the ground and pound of Denis Goltsov floating over his opponent, not even putting the anchors in, drags him right back to the ground. That's disheartening. Get to your feet and get drug all the way back down. Again, Goltsov tying up the ankles, gets that back position, and just starts pounding away. No clear defense for Santos, and Mergliata has seen enough. You see him picking his shots. He's sure not to hit the back of the head. Pushes him back over, keeping that pressure on him with those hips and legs, and landing those big shots from the back position. There it is.
The following fight is a women's flyweight semi-final contest. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. She is a wrestling specialist and stands 5 feet 5 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 125.6 pounds and holds a record of 6 wins and 5 losses. Fighting out of Gothenburg, Sweden, Connie Future, Cornelia Holm. And her opponent, fighting out of the red corner. She is a Muay Thai specialist and stands 5 feet 8 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 124.7 pounds and holds a perfect professional record of 8 victories and no defeats. Fighting out of Manchester, England, dangerous Dakota Ditcheva! Your referee in charge, Derek Hickey.
Dakota Ditcheva in the red, Cornelia Holm in the gray. 3 5-minute rounds, playoff semifinal. Winner advances to face Valentina Skatici in Dublin for a $100,000 PFL Europe Championship.
Look at the change in the look in the eyes of Dakota Ditcheva right when the fight started. From smiling when she walked in to hunting her prey right now.
Already switching stances, opened with an inside leg kick out of the southpaw stance. There she goes to it again.
Such long limbs for this weight class as well, and she utilized them so well with that jab, but this is a good takedown for Holm.
Beautiful work. Nice scramble though from Ditcheva.
Cornelia Holm, strong work to get Dakota down. Dakota not conceding anything, right back to the feet, making Holm work for this one. There's that ATT room paying its dividends early for Dakota Ditcheva. Back to her feet, but Cornelia Holm pressing.
Looks like she's got 2 hands on 1 wrist here. She's trying to break this grip of Cornelia Holm, which is going to be difficult to do given how strong Holm is.
Nice job here from Ditcheva. Keeping her legs wide, so Holm won't drop to a double or a single.
Holm now all the way around the back if she wants to be.
Good knees to the thighs here.
I think this situation will give confidence to both women, though. Holm with the takedown and Ditcheva with the get-up.
Well, this is the adversity, Sean, that you were talking about. This healthy to feel this pressure sometimes, because if it gets too easy, you stop evolving. You stay the version that you are that's successful, right? If it's not broke, don't fix it. But if you can start finding some holes, some gaps in your game that can be improved, you're always going to continue evolving. And Holm is the kind of person that will find those gaps in your game.
She's doing a really good job so far, keeping Ditcheva up against the fence, wearing on her, making her work. Ditcheva's got a wizard here.
And I make the point all the time that this is not the most fan-friendly style of mixed martial arts, but it is as taxing and difficult as any other kind of fighting that you can experience inside of our smart cage or anywhere else. Both fighters here constantly flexing, pressing, the little micro muscles and the major muscle groups all having to work, sapping the gas tank. It's a brilliant strategy by Cornelia Holm to try and take the explosiveness and bounce off of Dakota Ditcheva, because if she can find space again, that's where she's really, truly dangerous.
No, and that's a great point, Sean, because like it's not only the muscle fatigue, but it's also the head pressure, the pressure into the body. Like she's driving her head into the face of Ditcheva right now. She's making it very uncomfortable. You can see this hook on the far side, keeping her trapped against the fence, but always driving her head in, forcing Dakota to deal with this pressure. Beautiful work by Cornelia Holm, and it's going to be exhausting for her because it's hard to know when to relax in these moments, right? This is where really good wrestlers like the Lazy King can be efficient. As a striker, it's very difficult to relax in these moments. It's unfamiliar to us.
She dropped down for a single, trying to go for a double again, but Ditcheva recognizes it. Back to the single. She may use it to go to the back of Ditcheva again.
And look, Dakota Ditcheva has been confident for good reason, because she puts in work with really high-level wrestlers, both male and female, people who can really push her. And now
there's the knees.
The knees coming up the center, right back on the attack. Holm trying to drive through this takedown attempt, and Ditcheva, excellent balance, does not concede. Now going to work right hand to the body of Cornelia Holm, who is dogged in the pursuit of a true takedown here.
That was perfect timing when Ditcheva was throwing those knees, because if you time that on the wrong moment,
you're going to eat one.
You're going to eat one and it's over.
And she's so close here to getting her hands together, or either around a leg or a hip. Great wrist control by Dakota, keeping these hands apart, but now her hands are together on a single leg. Can she get her hips into the fence and start to elevate? Great base from Ditcheva.
She's not giving Ditcheva any space to move away. Trying to close her hands, but Ditcheva is doing a really good job keeping her legs wide like this. So it's not possible for Holm to close her hands and lift her up.
Hard to see from this angle on the camera, but they are right in front of our broadcast position. Really nice cross-face that whole time from Dakota Ditcheva, who now goes back to work with some knees. Holm offers a few as well. A whole round of that cage wrestling pressure from Cornelia Holm. That's what I'm into.
I'm taking the telestrator with me, though.
Ditcheva in the red, Cornelia Holm in the gray. Dakota.
Pressure on the feet now from Ditcheva.
Now, how does this change Ditcheva's striking game, knowing that Holm is going to be grabbing a hold of her at the first opportunity? She's got to try and fill that center channel with knees. Try and catch her on the way in, or potentially focus on takedown defense. Oh,
right hand.
What a right hand that was.
It's a laser. She always hits her target with that right hand.
Gets a hold of the leg, though.
Cornelia Holm.
Good job by Ditcheva.
Grabbed a hold of that leg. Gonna have to adjust a little bit here.
Solid teep to the midsection as well. You can just tell the conditioning of Ditcheva. I mean, you can see the physicality on her, but, you know, in order for it to be so long and rangy at the weight class, she has to stay on point with her conditioning. Oh, she caught the leg. Could she get a takedown here?
Good balance from Ditcheva there, but Holm is back where she wants to be.
You've got to think the hours that Ditcheva spent doing this American Top Team. Every coach in that building knows that people are going to try and do this to her. When she starts landing that crisp right hand or those knees to the chin, she's going to get closed down.
I mean, this is really what Cornelia Holm has to do. She ate that right hand, and then a high kick landed. Nasty leg kick as well from Ditcheva.
It looks like Holm's got her hands locked. Drops for a single.
Referee's not going to allow this to be a stalemate on the cage for an entire round like he was in round number 1. Wants to see more action here. Mentioned that during the break to both corners. And there is the stand-up. Cornelia Holm tries to go right back to her. Good sprawl, and then immediately back on the attack with that left high kick.
Beautiful left hand there by Ditcheva.
Oh, solid knee.
We saw her finish a fight in the PFL, I believe her PFL debut, with a similar knee. Here comes the right hand from Dakota.
Switching stances as well. Straight left, straight right, sets up both of her kicks, both power sides as well. Beautiful fluidity in the movement. You can see Cornelia Holm now starting to really feel the pressure. Desperate to get this fight to the floor. Beautiful, very nice. Now we're going to see Holm deal with the grappling skills of Ditcheva.
He's got a hold of the wrist. He's going to try and take it back. Got one hook in. There's the second. Can she stretch her out?
2 hooks in.
Goes to work with the right hands.
Arm triangle possibly.
Heavy hips.
Something tells me Ditcheva's not going to try for a submission after that first round.
Trying to move back into mount.
And I needed to be together with that.
Ground and pound here from Ditcheva. Holm continuing to move. Make Ditcheva address the position first. Holm's gonna need that underhook if she wants to get up from here.
Ditcheva is trying to get her forearm on the face of Holm to create space. And then those strikes again.
Nice short shots, while at the same time maintaining that head position.
Good work by Holm to get her legs back in the fight.
No surprise there.
Off. I mean, it's a small victory, but then this is your reward. Back on the feet with Dakota Ditcheva. Good level change here from Holm.
She goes again, pushes her back, but great balance by Ditcheva.
Guillotine.
Beautiful.
She's got a guillotine here. That looks tight.
It's very tight. Can she get the grip and elevate her right elbow, get the angle on that forearm across Cornelia Holm's
Job by Holm, pushing her head up.
If Holm gets this takedown, she's got to land outside of the guard, otherwise she's going to get trapped here.
Trying to hook the leg.
That is a tight squeeze. But the hands are locked for Cornelia Holm. Ditcheva has lost the grip on the choke.
It wasn't deep enough. Now she needs to let go because it'll be easier for Holm to lift her when she keeps a hold of that guillotine.
Really great takedown defense here, and all of this takedown defense from Ditcheva is exhausting for Holm as well, whose posture's broken, head's down. Look at this. Now you can see the difference. Look at the bend in her spine now. Before we had that head pressure. Now we don't have it anymore.
Round 3, Dakota Ditcheva in the red, Cornelia Holm in the gray. Sean O'Connell, Dan Hardy, Stefan Struve, cage side. Winner of this fight advances to the PFL Europe Women's Flyweight Championship in Dublin on December 8th. $100,000 and a nice shiny gold belt on the line there.
I think we're going to start seeing Dakota start throwing head kicks soon, setting up by her hands, because Holm's staying outside of her kicking range here. Dakota's going to have to step into range with a couple of punches and try and set the kicks up.
Holm's waiting for that for the level change. Dakota lands a right hand and then a right leg kick.
Trying to line Holm up to land a big shot, but the speed in the takedowns and the level change from Holm in those first 2 rounds surprised a lot of people, I think.
And we've got to remember what Dakota mentioned to Olivia earlier as well. She wants cage time. She wants time in there, experience. She doesn't want to get to 10-0, 12-0, 15-0, and have not had the time in there to understand the game fully. This is why her conditioning is so important. You've got to see this from Cornelia Holm's perspective as well. Ditcheva's moving constantly, switching her stance. So anytime you start to set something up, you've got to recalibrate when she switches her stance.
Check right hand landed.
A good leg kick from Ditcheva, but as you said, Sean, good right hand from Holm.
And that stabbing front kick and another leg kick from Ditcheva. Both of these women showing a little fatigue. Oh, there's a head kick. Good bounce still in the steps after some deep breaths.
Smart 3rd round for Dakota, keeping that kicking range with those long legs. Every single time she has come too close, it was Holm who made the level change and went for her legs. Or full leg kick.
Ditcheva might just be content to kick that front leg out from under Cornelia Holm for these final 3 minutes. We've seen kicks to the legs stop fights in the past. Nice right hand. Landed behind the ear.
Ditcheva's doing a really good job of feinting with her hip as well. Now she knows that the low kick is really hurting her opponent. Watch her start feinting, twitching that hip. There she goes again.
Beautiful jab. And another. And finishing a combination with the attack to that lead leg. Cornelia Holm, toughness on display yet again. We saw it last time out. Won a split decision over Marta Walishek. After being dropped, good jab again from Dakota Ditcheva. Cornelia Holm, very difficult to put away.
Oh!
Dakota Ditcheva with the 3rd round finish! Look at the overhead view here.
Man, absolutely beautiful.
She was lucky that head kick didn't land. Bang!
Oh,
wow.
Beautiful body
Straight
shot.
to the body, hook to the head.
Man.
Yeah, absolutely. Liver shot right there, right in the body. Bang!
From that southpaw stance.
Somewhere in the world, Bas Rutten is bouncing up and down right now.
Talk about world-class striking. Body hat, beautifully. Switching to southpaw.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Derek Hickey calls a halt to the action at 2 minutes and 55 seconds of round number 3. Declaring your winner via TKO and clinching her spot in the PFL Europe Championship, Dakota Ditcheva!
Andy Shepherd with another regular season contest.
The following fight takes place in the light heavyweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is a grappling specialist and stands 6 feet 1 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 205 pounds and holds a professional record of 13 wins, 5 losses, and 1 no contest. Fighting out of Manchester, New Hampshire, the Bear, Tim Curran! And his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, he is a striking specialist and stands 6 feet even. He weighed in officially at 204 pounds and has amassed a professional record of 12 wins and 3 losses. Fighting out of Deerfield Beach, Florida, Chilobo Impa Kasanganay! Your referee in charge, Blake Grice.
There's Blake Grice to oversee the action. Here's
Here
our
we go,
tail
you
of the
ready?
tape brought to you by Beard
Ready?
Guys. You see how they measure up, and we are underway inside the smart cage. Impa Kasanganay with an overhand right early. Body shot to fall.
Yeah, Kasanganay understands the assignment here as he tries to utilize those boxing combinations to take Karen out of this round.
Big double leg by Kasanganay.
Good work there by Karen to negate the forward pressure. Win or lose, win or go home, I should say. The loser will be eliminated.
Hey, let's work, guys. Let's go.
Hard turn. Finish it. Heavy weight on you, right here. Heavy weight on you. Heavy weight. Don't give that space up. That's your space.
Go against the smart cage barrier. Impa Kasanganay now down in onto the hips and drags Tim Karen down.
Yeah, finally wins that battle from the clinch.
I'm being told we had a brief technical difficulty there, maybe lost a little audio. We're back, though, here at Overtime Elite Arena in Atlanta. Impa Kasanganay in control here in round number 1 on top of Tim Karen.
Kasanganay on that takedown like a rat on a Cheeto. Let's start it off with some color.
Tim Karen with that half butterfly, trying to elevate, trying to get his back up against the cage and get back to his feet there. Good job by Tim. But a lot of pressure there from Impa Kasanganay. Nice head position as well to keep Karen on the floor.
Nice combination body head by Impa.
And Impa doing a good job of taking away that posting arm. That you see that right arm from Tim Karen.
He's trying to run him over it and trap it under him in that seat belt. Take away that protection so he can chip away at him.
Impa up and over that guard, now into half guard. Tim trying to get back to his feet here.
Arm triangle attempt.
Yep.
Fence might be in the way to get the proper angle, but he's got it tight.
Yeah, he's a little high. That shoulder and bicep running into the jaw of Tim. He's got to be a little bit lower, but that cage is also complicating things here.
Kasanganay not able to step over to that side. But Tim Karen far from being out of trouble. Now he's safe. Inside of 2 minutes remaining here in round number 1. Both of these men searching for a finish and points in the light heavyweight playoff standings.
Yeah, Impa started out very aggressive to start this fight. Excellent strikes landed on the feet, but Tim Karen is a tough guy to get out of there, especially early.
Find a butterfly hook on that left side, bud. Butterfly hook, that leg's up. Left side butterfly.
There's Martin Hamlet watching backstage. He's currently the points leader in the light heavyweight division.
That space gets our hooks in. Right in your chest.
Nice right hand from the top there for Impa Kasanganay.
Yeah, good positioning and ground and pound here from Impa Kasanganay as he increases the pressure and volume.
Karen gets the full guard.
There's a look through ref cam.
Kasanganay steering Karen back into that fence, trying to use that solid barrier as his friend as he tries to posture up and land more ground and pound.
Yeah, Tim Karen doing a good job of elevating with that butterfly hook, but not able to really control the underhooks of Kasanganay. Kasanganay controlling that waist really well.
Final 10 seconds of round number 1. Impa will posture up, at least briefly. They'll finish on the ground in round 2 when we return. Janie lets us know it's round number 2 of a possible 3.
Ready?
Tim Karen in the gray trunks, Impa Kasanganay in the gold. Ooh, big punches early from Impa, and he just runs over the level change of Tim Karen.
Tim Karen's got a chin, I tell you, he's eating some big shots here in this fight. Impa in a nice, tight half-guard position, trying to get that shoulder across the jaw of Tim Karen, really pin those shoulders on the mat.
Neither man can guarantee himself a spot in a playoff, even with a finish in victory here. But a 5-point finish would put either in a decent position as Impa goes to work from the top.
Nice job by Impa, steering him into the fence, bringing his hips in and up, getting his head positioned, and then bringing down some big shots from that top position.
Impa really bringing the pressure here. Anytime Tim goes to post with that right arm, he's either taking it away or pinning it with his shin. Good control on the ground here from Impa. Well, here's your opportunity for an arm triangle again, but again, the fence making things a little bit more difficult. If he sinks down lower, he can still finish this.
Good job, wide elbow. Get that right knee through now. Push that right knee through.
That Martin Hamlet horsepower to do it from there.
Yeah.
Frame to an underhook there.
Open up a little, Impa. Open up a little. Just watch for his legs coming up. There you go.
Nasty short punches from Impa Kasanganay, who continues to smother Tim Karen here against the smart cage barrier.
Yeah, he can pass here and maybe force Karen to try to turn so he creates space to take the back.
Side build up on that elbow if you can. That left hand's going to come in as an underhook.
Nice left hooks here from Kasanganay.
Follow that space up. Keep him tight. Keep him tight, Tim. Use that right arm to keep him tight. Digging that underhook. There you go.
The Kasanganay corner contends to watch their fighter work.
Legs are coming up. You're good. Push him against the cage. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Watch for that. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Nice pass by Kasanganay, took advantage.
Turn down the
some punches.
Of Karen trying to get his legs back in the fight.
Halfway.
Send them out. Get on our side here. Let's get the regard.
See if Impa is able to mount and rain down blows here. He has that opportunity. If he can slide that right knee across the waist of Karen. But Tim able to push him right into his half guard. Good job by Karen to stay alive here.
There's the arm triangle again. Ends up slipping around to the back position. Doesn't have the anchor on the far side. He's got an arm trapped.
Yeah, he's got that cross wrist. That is a very tough position there for Tim Karen. Now he lets it go. Man, Tim has shown so much toughness.
Shoulder punches from Kasanganay from the top position.
Oh, big right hands.
Full mount. Almost had full mount there.
Impa now looking for a shoulder choke here.
Yeah, here's an arm triangle. He could
He's got a good position on this side.
There's a tap! A quick tap, a second round finish for Impa Kasanganay and 5 points.
And had a lot of success on the feet, but it was on the ground where he was able to get it done. It's this kind of pressure. Carrying the weight of your opponent really wears on you, physically, mentally, spiritually, and that's where Kasanganay was taking advantage of Tim Karen here. Getting into side control. Got those nice shoulder strikes there. Very creative strikes from top position. Was controlling that right arm of Tim Karen. There he is in half guard. And you see that right frame, which turned into a lever for Kasanganay. Excellent positioning, pins those shoulders. Gets nice position around the neck. The right arm of Karen putting pressure on the neck, and his own arm putting pressure on the other side of the neck, and there's the celebration dance from Impa Kasanganay.
Referee Blake Grice calls a halt to the action at 3 minutes and 52 seconds of round number 2, declaring a winner via submission with an arm triangle, Impa Kasanganay!
Stay on the tape brought to you by Dude Wipes. Magomed Umalatov, 32 years of age. Brennan Ward is 36. Umalatov is 3 inches taller. 3-inch advantage translates on the arm and leg reach for the Russian.
Keys to victory. Prince Magomed definitely needs to be alert, especially in the beginning. He knows that his opponent is coming out swinging with all things, all weapons. Distance and control is very important. He needs to look for his takedowns, calm him down a tad bit. Keep at fast pace to try to drain the gas tank. Brandon, he needs to look to land big punches and land them early. Defend takedowns, defend takedowns, defend takedowns. He knows they're going to be coming at him. Punch on a break and be prepared for anything.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following is a welterweight bout and takes place in the PFL regular season. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. He is an MMA specialist and stands 5 feet 10 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 171 pounds and has built a professional MMA record of 17 wins and 8 losses, 16 victories coming by way of stoppage. Fighting out of New London, Connecticut, Irish Brennan Ward! And his opponent fighting out of the red corner. He is a wrestling specialist and stands 6 feet 1 inches tall. He weighed in officially at 170.5 pounds and owns a perfect, undefeated record of 15 wins and no defeats. 11 big victories coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Dagestan, Russia, Prince Magomed Umalatov. Your referee in charge, Bobby Wambaka.
Referee equipped with our ref cam. Magomed Umalatov in the black trunks, Brennan Ward in the green.
Magomed, you ready? Brennan, you ready?
Touch of the gloves underway at 170 pounds. Brennan Ward needs an early finish to clinch a playoff spot. Magomed Umalatov a win of any kind. A finish in any round is what clinches for Umalatov. Ward showing some patience, flat-footed here. Trying to get Umalatov to come into striking range. Left hand lands for the Russian.
It's odd to see Ward level change as if he's threatening for a takedown, which we know that's not the game plan. But I think he's trying to set up either a looping left hook, kind of a rooster punch, or an overhand right.
Good stiff jabs there from Ward on the blitz, making Umalatov think. Long jab from the Russian.
Umalatov trying to time that check hook. Nice right hand by Ward. Right into the takedown by Magomed Umalatov.
Definitely, we saw that come with the level change and setting up their right hand. But Prince Magomed was smart enough to get underneath it and go right into the wrestling, where he clearly has the advantage. Right now, he's landing some good ground and pound.
Trying to set up this arm triangle. Ward gets wise to it. Double overhooks for Ward on bottom, trying to stall out Magomed Umalatov. Ward back to his feet, Umalatov on his back. Halfway through round one.
Ward showing the referee he's not grabbing the cage. Thought about it a couple times, but he didn't do it.
Put his hands on it, but didn't put his fingers through. There's a big difference.
Umalatov tries the knee up over the shoulder of Brennan Ward. Drags him along the fence like a cheese grater. And now the tight waist. Able to drag Ward to the mat again.
A lot of times fighters think that the Wizard is the #1 defense. That's really for single legs. When somebody has a body lock you reach behind, you make it easy for them to get down. Head and arm triangle attempt again right here. He's trying to set it up, tenderizing Ward just a tad bit first.
And the window slowly closing for Brennan Ward. Front choke. Got an arm in guillotine.
Very tight here.
Sinking it up. That's locked on very tight.
He switched the grip to this anaconda.
The anaconda from the top.
There's the tap.
Magomed Umalatov in the first round.
Here you see the body lock. Using the horsepower. Takes Brennan over his hips and back to the mat. Slides into the half guard position. Here you see locked on. Kicks him over the top and watch him cinch. He cinches to the bicep, and that is a very, very tight anaconda choke. Walking those hips in to apply the pressure to the neck, and you see the tap there. Again, you see the adjustments made. Kicks him over the top, slides into the bicep and cinches the anaconda. Now he starts to walk his hips in to apply that pressure to the neck. Very, very slick anaconda choke by Magomed Umalatov. Again, cinches it up, walks the hips in to apply the pressure to the carotids, and there's the tap. The hips come in, pressure nowhere to go.
So Magomed Umalatov punches his ticket to the playoffs. We will see the Prince in Washington, D.C. in August. We'll make it official next.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, referee Bobby Wambaka calls a halt to the action at 3 minutes and 43 seconds of round number 1, declaring a winner to a submission via an anaconda and clinching their place in the playoffs, Magomed Umalatov.